Welcome to WCAT, Westminster's Emmy Award-winning student-run web TV channel that captures and reports on-school events. Tonight we are covering the varsity football game from Bulloch, Georgia, outside of Statesboro. It is the very first round of the AAA state playoffs. Hello, I'm Ramsey Clyde, and we've got the whole crew out here tonight. We've got some cheerleaders, the team, some fans, and some parents out here with our very own WCAT production team. It was a 4-hour drive out here to southern eastern Georgia, and we had a blast. It's a great night for some football. And if you stick around with us, at halftime we'll have some great stories for you. We've got the WCAT Weekly News, comes out every Friday. We've got our new upper school has an exciting announcement. We have a new upper school head. Her name is Cindy Trisk. We'll be talking about her a little bit this halftime. And we'll be talking with our good friend Scoot Diamond. Now I'll send it back up to Wiley and Ryan in the booth for a great game. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ramsey, and welcome to Bulloch, Georgia, home of the Yellow Jackets of Southeast Bulloch High School. First round of the state playoffs coming your way right here on WCAT. Hello, everyone. My name is Wiley Ballard, joined by Ryan Costley, and we are in Southeast Georgia. Westminster does not come here very often. In fact, this is the Cats' first trip to this area of the state in 35 years. Now, when the Cats have come down here, Ryan, they found some success. The Cats have 2 playoff wins in Southeast Georgia, each of which coming en route to a state title. So there's some good mojo there. But let's talk more recent history. Westminster last year, 2014, won 3 road playoff games in very impressive fashion. And on top of that, the Cats are 5-1 on the road this year. Ryan, the Cats seem to be road warriors.
Yes, they do, and 2 guys on offense especially are really going to lead the team if they are going to get a victory tonight. Zay Malcolm and Rankin Woolley, they have been a 1-2 punch on offense all year long, combined 12 touchdowns in the last 3 games. They were exceptional in last year's playoff run to the state semifinals, and to get a victory in the first round tonight, they're going to have to do the same.
Now, the defense is facing a very potent Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jacket attack, and with that, Ryan, they will need performances from all 3 levels of the defense.
And you said it, Wiley. All 3 levels are going to have to play exceptionally tonight for the Cats to get a victory. At the first level, Cortez Alston and Tyler Gillikin are going to have to play to their ability. They've been leaders all year long. Chase Williams and Stephen Ballard are going to lead the linebacking core tonight. They're going to need to make the tackles that are necessary for the Cats to get off the field. And Ian Uday is going to have to be a leader in the secondary. He leads the team in interceptions. He's been a rock all year long, and he's going to have to do the same tonight.
It's been a long week of waiting. It was a long drive down here, 4 hours from Atlanta, Georgia, but we're here, and kickoff is only moments away as Westminster makes its 29th all-time appearance in the state playoffs. Next on WCAT.
It's that time of year. Leaves falling, temperatures falling faster. The Wildcats are headed south, 200 miles south, to Brooklyn, home of the Yellow Jackets. The Cats have got all the tools. Confidence, they've won 3 in a row. Star power, an all-time great. Experience, in spades, this is 9 straight. Championship medal, it's time to find out. It's the state playoffs. Round 1, Wildcats, Yellow Jackets. Next on WCAT.
Bulloch, Georgia, Fred Shaver Field, the campus of Southeast Bulloch High School. It's the first round of the state playoffs, Yellow Jackets against Wildcats. There is your coin toss live with head official Willie Dorsey explaining the toss to Stephen Ballard, wearing number 64, Westminster. Blake Huber as well, out for the year after a difficult shoulder injury. He will join us in the second half. There are the rest of the Wildcats getting ready. Westminster has won 3 in a row. They are 6-4 overall, and they are 5-1 on the road. Now, Southeast Bulloch, they've won 6 in a row, 7-3 overall, and they are 6-2 at home. So, 10 games for Southeast Bulloch. 8 of them have come here at Fred Shaver Field. Westminster, meanwhile, they're used to being on the road. 6 road games to the first 10. This will be number 7 here in 2015. Westminster, like we said, 9th straight playoff appearance. They haven't missed the playoffs since 2006. Continued that streak with a 35-18 win and a play-in game on November 6th last Friday. Meanwhile, Southeast Bulloch making their first playoff appearance since 2013 and hosting their first playoff game, Ryan, since 2002. And the Yellow Jacket fans are out in droves tonight, anticipating this playoff matchup, a rarity here in Brooklyn.
And yes, they are. It's been a while since they've had a home game here, and this is actually the first playoff game that they have hosted in a brand new stadium here at Fred Shaver Field. And a difficult opponent for the Jackets tonight and the Wildcats. It should be a great one.
The Jackets will have to contain that man right there, number 32, Zay Malcolm. He set the all-time Westminster record for rushing yards in a career. Broke State Senator Hunter Hill's record, and there are the totals: 3,163 yards for Zay Malcolm, 13 100-yard games. And State Senator Hunter Hill, he's got a lot on his mind nowadays. In fact, he wasn't even aware that he held the record until yesterday when our producer, Darren Woolley, gave him a call. Of course, the irony for Hill, he never knew he held it until he lost it. And there's Zay Malcolm. What a season. Chance to get over 1,000 yards tonight for the second straight year. Southeast Bulloch won the toss. They deferred, and Westminster, with their choice, will receive. Zay Malcolm and Ian Uday back deep for Westminster. Kicking off for Southeast Bulloch is Evan Schlurf, a junior. This will be his 54th kickoff, and he gets it right around back to the 10-yard line. That's where Malcolm and Uday are set up. Your game time temperature, 52 degrees here in Brooklyn, Georgia. A far cry from the first round of the playoffs a year ago when it was 38. And we are underway in 2015. First round of the state playoffs begins with Malcolm from the 9. He's going to take it up the right side. Ball comes loose, flying into the air. Southeast Bulloch looks like they've recovered it.
Number 32, Isaiah Malcolm with a short return.
And they have. Clayton Carter recovers the fumble on the opening kick. Only the second fumble recovery for Southeast Bulloch all year long. What happened?
See right here, Zay Malcolm with a burst of speed to the right. And just on that impact, unable to keep the ball. And recovered by Southeast Bulloch. Special teams is a key to this game, and Westminster down in the turnover margin to start the 2015 playoffs.
First and 10 from the Westminster 20. Hold on. Cats trying to survive an early turnover here. Wing T offense for the Yellow Jackets. And the give up the gut is to Chase Walker. No surprise, one of the best backs in the state by the numbers. He's got 1,337 yards on the season, 25 touchdowns on 258 attempts. To give yourself some perspective on that number of attempts, Zay Malcolm in a run-heavy Westminster offense has only 118, so it's Walker almost every other play on the dive up the gut. Your starting quarterback is Jalen Wells. 2nd and 5 from the 15. This is going to be Walker up the gut again, and this time the Cats up front make a good stop. Tyler Gillikin, the defensive end, on the stop. Southeast Bulloch averaging 34 points per game, but 42 points per game in their last 6. Over 300 yards of offense, nearly 300 yards rushing alone in a given game. And the most telling stat of all about Southeast Bulloch, 56 offensive plays last week in their win over Appleton County. Only 3 passes. 3rd and 3. And it's Mike Davis on the carry. And it looks like he's got the first down. The initial spot looks like it's at the 10, which will give him a first down if that's the case. It is. 1st and goal. Well, that's your option offense right there, Ryan. Get to 3rd and 3 and get just enough.
It's going to be a real test for Westminster's defense off the turnover on the opening kickoff. Cats have been pretty good in the red zone defensively this year, but they're going to need a big stop to avoid getting down early in this game.
Of the 46 touchdowns Southeast Bulloch has scored, 40 have come on the ground, 25 have come from number 34, Chase Walker. Here's Walker. He's stopped, pushing forward.
And Chase Walker,
and he picks up about 2 yards.
Got a nice push on the second effort, going to be about 2 yards on the game.
Now the Yellow Jackets hosting a playoff game for the first time in quite some time, 13 years. But they have not won a playoff game in over 40 years. Their last win came right here at Fred Shaver Field in 1973 in the state championship. They won the state title back-to-back years in 72 and 73, but they've lost 7 straight playoff games over the past 40 years. Here's Mike Davis on the pitch, chased down by Woolley. Woolley brings him down. Great open field tackle by Rankin Woolley, the senior. Fired up. And it sets up a critical 3rd and goal after a tackle for loss from Woolley.
And what a play right here by Rankin Woolley, coming from the 3rd level, able to get to Mike Davis in the backfield and force a big 3rd and goal for the Westminster Wildcats defense.
And just Rankin's 2nd tackle for loss all season long. It comes in a critical spot. It's a loss of 4 officially, 3rd and 12 now. Bulloch, not a passing team, only 3 passes last week, 2 of which came in 3rd and long. Wells looking to throw, in trouble. Here comes Gillikin, lets it fly, incomplete. Intended for Clayton Carter, and what a stand by the Westminster defense after a disastrous start.
Yeah, and that last play was brilliant on all 3 levels. As we talked about in the open, was very important that all 3 levels needed to play well. That was good pressure from the defensive line and really good coverage in the secondary to force the field goal attempt.
And the play that really set this up was that tackle for loss. The defensive line set the edge, and Rankin Woolley at free safety, playing more of a linebacker tonight against this offense, makes a big tackle. Bulloch's made just 1 field goal in the year. Here's Cribb, and his kick is no good, wide left. And that gives Southeast Bulloch no points on a turnover in the red zone. Again, that's just the 5th field goal Bulloch has attempted all year, and they're now 1 for 5, and Andrew Cribb's 1 for 3.
Really, really big stop for the Westminster defense here. Now the Cats get an opportunity to go on offense for the first time, and we mentioned Zay Malcolm and Rankin Woolley. You're going to see them on the field offensively for the first time tonight. Those 2 are going to have to find a rhythm early in this game to keep it up throughout the night.
Rankin Woolley, senior starting quarterback, over 1,500 yards passing in his career, approaching 1,500 yards rushing in his career. Fellow senior Blake Huber, a captain tonight, cheering off from the sidelines. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Woolley in shotgun, looking to throw. Has time, plenty of time, going deep. Tommaso over his head, he overthrew him. But that is something we've seen Rankin do a lot more of over the past 3 games, and that is pass. Westminster in the last 6 games has thrown 7 touchdown passes after throwing just 1 in the first 4. And Rankin, of course, over the last 3 games, over 200 yards passing, the best stretch of his career passing. 2nd and 10 now. This is going to be a gift to Malcolm. And he slips and falls and is met in the backfield by linebacker Ryan Rourks. 91st tackle for Rourks this year.
And hitting him for a loss there, number 24, Ryan Rourks.
3rd down and 11 now after a loss of 1 on the play.
3rd and 11 now for Westminster.
Westminster 43% on 3rd down this year, 5 for 10 last week. Woolley on the pitch to Malcolm. And he is hit hard by Rooks and Allen. And Southeast Bulloch, no problem defensively in that base 4-4 defense. And Ethan Price unable to hold that block there on the replay. Well, here is Blake Gillikin, one of the best punters in the state. In fact, he was rated number 2 in the country by CBS at the start of the year. Penn State come in. Here is the kick. Clayton Carter is back, and he'll let this touch out at the 40-yard line.
After a pretty good foot on it. It'll be 1st and 10 Southeast Bulloch. They'll start this drive on their own.
In fact, they're walking it up all the way to the 44. So 36-yard punt for Blake, and it's 1st and 10 Southeast Bulloch. Let's meet the defense. Up front, Gillikin, Reeder, Bogus, and Alston. And with this run-heavy attack, Westminster's going to need those 4 men tonight to play very hard. The linebackers, Stephen Ballard, Chase Williams, Truman Jones,
now, Caleb Carter
and
center for Southeast
Andy
Bulloch.
Capper as well. And in the secondary, Zay Malcolm at the defensive back, but Joe Egan getting the start tonight. 1st and 10 from the Bulloch 44. Walker pushing forward, and the massive humanity stops
Number 34, nice push
at
to
the
left side of that
48-yard
line.
line,
It's gonna be
4-yard
about 4,
pickup.
bring up 2nd down and 6. The ball now spotted on the 48-yard line of SCB.
Walker, 145 yards
Jones along with
last
some other
week.
Wildcats in on the
And
tackle.
Ryan, a lot of those 145 yards last week looked like what we just saw. He got it on 36 carries, so not exactly big gashes up on the side, off the tackles. He's up the middle. 2nd and 6. And this is going to be McCullum on the carry, and he's across the 50 into plus territory.
Number 27, Cecil McCullum to the left side, picks his way through, going to gain about
And the
5.
key for Westminster's
Bring up
defense
3rd
tonight,
down
going
and
up against an
1 as
offense
SCB
like
now
this,
into
is
Westminster
shutting
territory.
down the run inside. That's Bulloch's bread and butter, is giving it to Chase Walker, who, by the way, just a sophomore, rushed for over 1,000 yards as a freshman last year.
Ian Uday on the tackle.
Uday with the stop, sets up 3rd and 1.
Let's make a little noise.
Another double tight end set here. Walker on the dive.
And Chase
He's
Walker to the
got
left
it.
side, number 34. Let's wait
Just
for
shy of the
official call.
45, but the
Patient
line of the
here in
game was the
Brooklyn.
46.
Wait for it. Wait for it. 1st down, Southeast Bulloch. It'll be 1st and 10 SCB.
First
Ball
down
now
and
on
10.
The 46-yard line will call it to the Wildcats.
And you can look at the clock already at 5:42 with these rushing offenses, Ryan. Possessions are going to be at a premium. 1st and 10. This is going to be a gift to Davis, who breaks to the first level, bowls over Ballard, and gets inside the 35 for a 1st down. So many options in the backfield for Southeast Bulloch, and all very, very physical.
Southeast Bulloch.
And Southeast Bulloch's offense is going to run up the middle on most of the plays that they run all night offensively, but you cannot get caught always on the run, because when they do pass, they will go deep over the top of you, and Westminster has to be mindful of that all night long.
Fred Shaver Field in Brooklet, Georgia. If you're just joining us, thrilled to have you for the first round of the state playoffs here in WCAT. 1st and 10. Davis again. This time he's stuck in the backfield. The first man to him, Tyler Gillikin. Outstanding push up front. That's what you have to do, is win the battle on the line.
And winning the battle on the line is going to be key all night long. Tyler Gillikin just able to burst through his block, get to the ankles of Mike Davis, and then got some support from the rest of the Westminster defense. Forces 2nd and 12.
He leads the team in tackles for loss. He shows you why there. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A loss of 1 at the 36. Walker on the dive. Left tackle side this time.
Number 34, rather, Chase Walker to the left-hand side, going to get about 2.5.
Out to the 34. That's a gain of 2, but sets up 3rd down and 9.
The ball on about the 34-yard line of Westminster.
Keep in mind, Bulloch already missed a field goal tonight. They've
Wildcats.
attempted just 5 on the year now. This likely is 4-down territory. 3rd down and a long 9. Caleb Carter in at quarterback. The senior. Where's number 10? We saw Jalen Wells in the first series as Bulloch calls timeout. It'll be a mix of Jalen Wells and Caleb Carter running this offense. Wells a much better runner, whereas Caleb Carter more fundamentally. Westminster, such a great charge to end the year, but the start not as strong. A September to forget. Look at these close losses, and look how close Westminster is to 9-1, Ryan.
Yes, they are. They're very close, and the one that hurts the most there is the Therrell loss, a game that Westminster definitely could have won. But an important thing to note about all three of the losses, you did not have both Rankin and Zay on the field together in any of those 3 games in September. You've got both of them tonight, and you're going to need them the rest of the year.
And look at those passes, 33 yards, 31 yards against Elbert on 4th and 2, and 44 yards on 4th and 10 in the final 2 minutes. Westminster had gotten burned by the deep ball in those games. They had it under control up until last week when North Clayton had 20-yard pass plays 5 times in their loss to Westminster. Carter looking to pass. He's looking to McCullum. Instead, he'll go short, and it's batted away. Great defense by Truman Jones. The linebacker in coverage denies the ball to the coach's son, Tyler Collins.
Just an absolutely brilliant play by Truman Jones on this pass breakup. Able to follow the tight end outside and just stick his arm right in front of the pass. Able to time it perfectly and avoid the penalty. Forces 4th and 9.
First career breakup for Truman Jones. And Caleb Carter, the quarterback, is in, but he is also the punter, setting up at the 50-yard line. Zay Malcolm is back. We touched on those tough losses, Ryan. A fake punt was involved in the Elbert County loss. High snap. Carter, 6'4", leaps in the air and brings it down, and the punt is to the right side and will sail out of bounds.
And a punt sails out of bounds, intended
and it's
to do
marked
so. Nice little foot there from Mr. Carter.
As they walk it off, we'll see.
It'll be 1st and 10. Westminster's going to take over.
Zay Malcolm,
Waiting for the spot
so
here.
dangerous in special teams. He's run 3 back
It'll be 1st and 10
and
for the
punt
15
return
for
so far
Wildcats.
this year. Didn't have a chance there. So 1st and 10 for Westminster at their own 15. Second possession of the night for the Cats. They went 3 and out after losing a yard in their opening series. Woolley, Malcolm. And now Capper in motion. It's going to be Malcolm. Burst of speed up the middle. Flag is thrown, and Malcolm taken down just shy of the 30.
Number 32, Isaiah Malcolm on the carry.
Chase
Flag on the
Walker,
play.
playing both ways, makes the tackle.
Chase Walker, a little help from his Yellow Jacket friends on the stop.
We'll have to see what the flag is from Willie Dorsey.
It's gonna be a hold.
It's
Goes
holding
Wildcats.
against
It's all
Westminster.
for not. Bring it on back.
It looked to me, Ryan, like the hold occurred well down the field, and they're going to mark this off from the 17. So they've got it going 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Ought to be 2nd and 18.
And for Westminster to win tonight, they're going to need to not hurt themselves with penalties. That's happened in a couple of losses this year.
Willie in an empty backfield. 3 wide receivers set. On the quarterback draw, he takes it right side and is taken down from behind. Paul Allen on the stop, a first-team All-Region performer a year ago, and he's been just as good in 2015.
It'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 13.
Receiving core not involved yet. There they are. There's the offensive line. Gillikin, Ballard, Desnoyer, Coffin, and Rooney. Ballard, tough task tonight at linebacker and also left tackle, especially against a punishing Southeast Bulloch offense. 2nd and 13 after a loss of 3. Give up the gut. Beg your pardon, after a gain of 2 after the penalty. And here's Zay, and he will pick up 3 yards. 3rd down and 10 now.
Once again, number 96.
The Cats in a passing down here.
The ball now on the 15-yard line.
Look for Sebastian Massa, number 10, to get his number called.
Which means in the football world, let's make a little noise.
I mentioned Cats 43% on 3rd down. A lot better as of late, almost 50% in the last 6 games. Woolley rolling left. Throw is complete. Sebastian Massa with the catch. He's reeled one in 8 straight games.
Nice little roll out there for number 12, Rankin Woolley. It'll be 1st and 10.
What an exceptional play call from offensive coordinator Russell Wren. Rankin Woolley rolls to his left, not his strong side. Sebastian Massa able to just run parallel with him down the field. secure the catch.
And beautiful crossing route as well, as you saw the seam route go right past him, freed up Masso for the out route. 1st and 10, 14-yard gain. Woolley looking to pass. Zooms it across the field. It's complete near the 50-yard line. Harrison Jones with the reception. And the Cats offense, all of a sudden over the last month, they have found the passing game.
And Rankin Woolley able to throw the ball on the move is an asset that is invaluable to this offense. Able to roll to his right, find Harrison Jones wide open in the middle, and good ball protection from Harrison Jones to complete the play.
22-yard catch for Jones, and there you are. Masso Jones with the last 2 catches. The passing game, all of a sudden, a big part of offensive coordinator Russell Wren's playbook. This is going to be Jones on the wheel around, and he picks up
Number 6 to the right-hand side, Harrison Jones going to get
5, maybe 4 yards.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 now for the Wildcats. Ryan Rooks along with Joseph Anderson
Jones,
on the stop for Southeast Bulloch. The ball is spotted down.
An aspiring student at the Naval Academy. He'll find out about that in the coming months. As Westminster sitting at 2nd and 6 at the Bulloch 46 in Yellow Jacket territory for the first time tonight. Woolley, a screen pass. This is complete to Harrison. No, it's not. He drops it. Bobbling it and could not hold on. And, in fact,
and the pass is complete.
They're going to say it's complete to Harrison Jones. Not sure about that.
Bring up 3rd down. We're going to call it 8.
But it's a loss of 2. 2nd down and 8.
And a big 3rd down. Going to need a little cowbell.
3rd down and 8. Final 30 seconds here of the first quarter, winding down. Cats have converted already 1 3rd down in this drive. 2 wide receivers right. They'll give it to Zay. He tries to sneak his way up the middle.
And number 32 has
gets to the 44-yard line.
For the time being, a gain of only 4.
A gain of 3, so 4th and 4.
4th down and nearly 5 as the ball spotted just inside the 45-yard line of SCV.
In fact, it'll be 4th and 5 at the 44.
Dalton Brown on the stop.
And they will let the first quarter wrap up before Westminster decides to make a decision. No score through 12 minutes. Southeast Bulloch, Westminster, first round of the state playoffs on WCAT. Special time coming next week, Wednesday, November 18th, 7 p.m. at Kellett Theater. An evening of inspiration and innovation sponsored by the Glenn Institute for Philanthropy and Service Learning. 1 in 6 households in Georgia has limited access to adequate food. As part of our Daily Bread, a year-long study of food and philanthropy, Beyond Soup Kitchens features thought leaders who offer a fresh vision for ending hunger in Atlanta. Be sure to join us, Kellett Theater, Wednesday, November 18th. That's this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And Daniel Searle, you've got an update for us on the sidelines.
Quick update. Twitter followers out there. Big shout out to the McCauley family watching from home on the computer. Mr. McCauley, we miss you down here, but kids, enjoy this game. Shout out to you guys. Anybody else watching, want to tweet at us at Westminster WCAT. We'll be looking for you.
Also want to give a shout out to mother of left tackle and middle linebacker Stephen Ballard. Chris Ballard is watching, recovering from surgery back in Atlanta. Chris, we hope it all went well and thrilled to have you with us. Cats will punt to begin the second quarter and try and pin the Yellow Jackets deep. Clayton Carter is back to receive the Gillikin boot. Blake, this season, 14 of his punts have been inside the 20. Looking for another. This, a strong kick. Carter's going to let this go, and the Cats unable to down it.
It will be a touchback. It'll be
before it gets into the end zone for a touchback.
And field position struggles so far in this game, very uncharacteristic of the Wildcats, have not lost field position in 23 games going back to 2013. And after the fumble on the opening possession, giving Southeast Bulloch the ball on the 20-yard line and then a touchback on that last punt, an area of concern going into the second quarter.
A net punt after the touchback of really only 24 yards.
Jalen Wells under center now.
Jalen Wells is back in under center for the Yellow Jackets. They alternate at the quarterback position every other drive. And it's going to be Walker on the right side. He is stood up. Stephen Ballard with the stop. Such a physical back. He is the lifeblood of this Yellow Jacket offense. They will run inside and then try and gash you with either Mike Davis, number 8, or Cecil McCullum, number 27, on a long run outside the tackles. Walker, 5'8", 180 pounds. Extremely strong. After a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. This is Mike Davis on the handoff, and he's going absolutely nowhere. Another stop for loss. Westminster thus far, they haven't stopped every run, but when facing an offense like this, if you can get just a couple tackles for loss, that can make a real difference in a given series.
Yeah, and that's the second time we see Tyler Gillikin come from the opposite side and grab Mike Davis by the ankles from behind. Westminster doing a really good job of containing this rushing attack from the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets.
3rd down and 10. Wells looking to pass. He's going way deep. Uday's down there, and he bats it away. Pass was intended for Clayton Carter. No flag on the play. There was a bit of hand jabbing going back and forth, but Clayton Carter was probably smart to get Uday out of the way. We saw Ian pick off 2 passes last week against North Clayton. He almost had a 4th. And how about those numbers, Ryan?
Ian Uday has been absolutely brilliant for this defense. 52 tackles, 2nd on the team, 3 interceptions on the year. That leads the team. He is a guy who's a real leader and makes everyone else on the defense better when he is on the field.
Caleb Carter back to punt it away. Harrison Jones late getting on the field, but now he sets up at the 50. And we'll let this one hop. And a Yellow Jacket touched it at the 49, and looks like the officials are on top of it.
Number 9, Tyler Collins will be 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Westminster will take over there.
So the Cats get it at midfield, by far their best starting field position of the night. They've started at their 20 and at their 16. Now get it here at the 50. Rankin Woolley back out, and another 3 wide receiver set. Trips right. That's Williams, Masso, and Nance Hill, the freshman. Still looking for a score. Woolley on the quarterback draw has trouble getting past his own man, and that's going to cost him. Taking him down for a loss, Joseph Anderson. Cats having trouble winning that battle up front. You've got Sean Allen, 6'3", 245 pounds at defensive end. Desmond Porter, number 72, and there's Joseph Anderson making that last tackle. And Ryan, going against a base 4-4 like this, and only 3 defensive backs on the field, passing may be the way to beat this defense. That's what we've seen thus far. 2nd and 12, Hill in motion from right to left. Woolley dropping back. This pass is batted away. Nice defensive play by DeAndre Boyle. Intended for Nance Hill. But Woolley unable to get it past the linebacker.
It'll be 3rd down and 12, and get those tickets ready.
And a real oddity, seeing a scoreless game this far against 2 offenses that are averaging north of 30 points per game. In fact, Southeast Bulloch, they've averaged 10 points every first quarter in their games this year. 0 through the first 15 minutes here in this one. Trips left. Woolley looking to the air again. Dumps it off to Hill. Secures it. Looks to run after the catch. And the ball comes loose. And this is going to be recovered by Southeast Bulloch. It's John Trell Wells. Westminster, their 2nd fumble of the night.
Number 19 on initial reception, that was Nance Hill. He cut back through the middle and was knocked down hard.
And right here, just a simple pass to Nance Hill, able to make a couple moves, but unable to keep the ball throughout the process of the play. Southeast Bulloch able to recover with exceptional field position yet again for the Jackets offense.
First and 10, Southeast Bulloch. Joe Kravitz tuning in. And a give to the right side, goes nowhere. Stopped by Harrison Jones. Sam Kravitz, beg your pardon. Younger brother of Joe Egan. Appreciate you tuning in. We know Gary Jones, 8th grade football coach at Westminster, tuning in tonight. Hoping to make the trip out to Carrollton next week should the Cats advance and face Callaway. But it'll be a dogfight tonight. That much is certain through a quarter and a half. 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Here's the pitch. This is McCullum, and he is lit up in the backfield. Truman Jones laying the wood. My goodness, the sophomore. Hasn't he come on in the last 5 games, Ryan?
Yes, he has. And what a play right here from number 41, Truman Jones. Just able to storm into the backfield and find Cecil McCullum. Get a big stop for the Westminster defense and force 3rd and long.
Since Blake Huber went down, Truman Jones, he hasn't missed a beat. No player on the team has had more tackles for loss since Huber went down than Huber's replacement, Truman Jones. That's number 5 in the past 5 games. Caleb Carter is going to give it up the middle and be well short. McCullum again on the carry. And Ryan, we've got ourselves a defensive struggle here in Brooklet, Georgia.
And yet again, off the turnover from Westminster on that last offensive possession, the defense stays strong, and you're going to give Zay Malcolm an opportunity to return this punt. Try to get that field position back for the Westminster offense.
Caleb Carter is back to punt. It's 4th down and 7 from the Yellow Jacket 46. Zay Malcolm, he's been pretty darn good returning punts this year. 8 of them, averaging over 25 yards per return. In trouble, it's blocked! Loose ball! Egan Hill still on his feet, inside the 10, he's into the end zone! Nance Hill! A scoop and score on special teams on a blocked punt. First career touchdown for the freshman. Nance Hill comes in the first round of the state playoffs. Oh my goodness. Special teams, the Cats taking advantage. And now Westminster perhaps trying to go for 2 here. See if Bulloch respects this formation. I thought the Cats may have liked what they saw for a moment there as Blake Gillikin is on for the extra point. A blocked punt. Return for a touchdown. First one from Westminster since the Towers game when Ian Uday took one back. And now it looks like we've got offsides on Southeast Bulloch. And that'll inch the Cats even closer. Now Westminster may decline to try and keep the angle unless they want to try and go for 2. So the Cats will decline him. And Gillikin on for the extra point attempt. Harper the holder. And Blake Gillikin knocks through his 27th PAT in his 27th attempt. Special teams sparking the green and white. Fans are fired up.
And just where you think special teams is not going Westminster's way in the game, a blocked punt and a scoop and score for number 19 freshman Nance Hill, able to put the Cats on the board and take a critical lead in the first round of the state playoffs.
And here's a look from the end zone cam. Malcolm Strickland with the block. His second blocked punt of the year. He blocked the one that Uday ran back against Towers. Well, how about Malcolm Strickland? Underclassman getting involved. Sophomore blocks it. Freshman takes it in. 7 minutes and 5 seconds. The Cats have scored first. And Westminster this season wins scoring first, 4-2. Cats, like we said, 5-1 on the road. And Southeast Bulloch trailing for the first time in over a month. Here's the kickoff from Gillikin into the end zone for a touchback. And Ryan, right now, in the first half, we've seen both teams have opportunities. The difference is Westminster has survived their mistakes. Southeast Bulloch did not with that blocked punt.
And Westminster on that last block punt, able to get the momentum back, and now you see a new energy on the sidelines in this coaching staff and this defense able to take the field. This defense has been absolutely solid all night long. See if we can continue that on this drive.
Southeast Bulloch 3 and out in their past 2 drives. They bring in Volske as a receiver. 1st and 10 from the 20. And here's Walker. Breaks free, taken down by Ollie Bogus. And he's going to do that to you to some extent. Quite frankly, with a player like Walker and what they ask him to do, you get the feeling that he's probably going to get his before the night's out, especially when he gets 30-plus carries.
And with a guy like Chase Walker, it's about weathering the storm. He's going to get his yards. He's not going to break out for crazy, flashy runs, but he's going to get his yards on the ground. You just have to be able to contain him.
1st and 10 from the 36 after a 16-yard carry. Nothing doing there. Walker again. This time he stopped. Bringing back flashbacks to that Cortez Alston scoop and score from last year's state playoff run. And that was perhaps what was so remarkable about that run last year, Ryan. Now, albeit the block punt there wasn't a turnover, but Westminster, last year their turnover margin in the playoffs, +8. They forced 9 turnovers in 4 games and turned it over just once. Jalen Wells back in at quarterback. And breaking free here is Wells on the keeper. Brought it around the right side. Mike Davis, his lead blocker.
And what this 2-quarterback offense from Southeast Bulloch offers you is Jalen Wells, number 13, who started tonight. He's going to run at a much higher level than Caleb Carter. And when he's on the field, you not only have to account for Chase Walker, but you have to account for the quarterback draw as well.
3rd down and 1. Chase Walker, the fullback. He takes it. He's got the 1st down. Ballard making the tackle.
Chase Walker to the right side. 1st down, Southeast Bulloch.
And this is a lot of what Southeast Bulloch is all about. And when you've got him, as far as Westminster is concerned, it's going to be tough in a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 scenario. You've got to win 1st and 2nd down, and then you really put the Yellow Jackets behind the 8 ball. So 1st and 10 from the 48. Southeast Bulloch looking to respond after a blocked punt. Davis, left side, bounces out. Jones got him again. Truman Jones, the linebacker, tripped him up. And Mike Davis, frustrated, has not been able to get that edge tonight.
We've talked a lot about Blake Huber going down and how different people have stepped up. And Truman Jones, most tackles for loss on the team since Blake Huber went down. Mike Davis, it's about the 3rd time tonight someone's just able to find his ankle from behind. This time it's number 41, the sophomore, making a big play defensively.
Joe Egan and the defense looking very good here in the first half. They pitched a shutout in the second half last week against North Clayton. Wells rolling. He's under massive pressure. Alston's on top of him. He stays on his feet, releases at the last possible moment, and it's batted away. Incomplete. Truman Jones there on the play again. Wow, the sophomore having a night.
Yeah, Truman Jones was there on the coverage, but Cortez Alston, Ollie Bogus, and Tyler Gillikin were able to get that pressure and disrupt the rhythm of Jalen Wells, and you force 3rd and 14, where Southeast Bulloch has really struggled tonight in 3rd and long.
And look at Gillikin and Alston. Those ends playing very well tonight. They were going to be the key. But that's the formula right there. Win 1st and 2nd down, and now Bulloch in a position they don't want to be in. They've thrown the ball already 3 times tonight. They threw it 3 times in the whole game last week against Appling County, and the Yellow Jackets want a timeout. Westminster leading 7-0 thanks to a blocked punt by Malcolm Strickland and a return from Nance Hill all the way to the end zone. Well, we've got a moment. Proof tomorrow at 7 p.m. Come to Kellett Theater to see Westminster Players' production of Proof, winner of the 2001 Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award for Best Play, starring Nicholas Tassopoulos, Ellie Panetta, Molly Wright, Alex Gist, and student director Tate Burwell. No tickets are needed. Just show up at Kellett Theater tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We look forward to seeing you there. And Ryan, Proof, what do you think?
Yeah, Proof's definitely got a good vibe to it so far amongst the theater department. People are really excited about it. I'm actually going to go see it tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to see it. I know that there's some good senior leadership in that cast, and I think it's going to be a good one.
And Tate Burwell, the student director. So 3rd and 14.
Here we go, big third down for Southeast.
Bullock's got one receiver out there, and that's Clay Carter. Wells looking his direction, going deep. Triple coverage. Uday is there, and it's intercepted, but not by Uday, by Harrison Jones. He's taken down by Carter. Westminster with an interception. And Harrison Jones makes the interception. His 3rd of the year. Well, it's safe to say if Bulloch is going to have to go to the air tonight, I'm not sure they have the plays to go to the air and have much success. Certainly not the experience either. Bulloch tonight had attempted an average of 5 passes per game. 1st and 10 from the 18. Malcolm on the carry, left side. And if you want to get nitpicky, Ryan, not that we need to, but in one way, you almost wish Harrison had batted that ball away, give Zay a chance to return it, because quite frankly, that's not all that different from a punt.
And on a pass that deep, it's a very similar situation to a punt. Just not a great return as you could have had with Zay Malcolm, but nonetheless, the Cats get the ball, 2nd and 6, and this offense able to take over.
4 minutes to go here in the second half. Cats looking to strike first here, or strike again rather, and pad that lead. A balmy night in Brooklet, Georgia. Temperatures at 50 degrees, though, much better than where we were a year ago in the first round in Augusta against Laney,
Here we go, second down.
when temperatures reached the low 30s by the end of the night. Here's Chase Williams, his first carry of the night as a positive one.
He's going to get about 4 of it.
Out to the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 or 3rd and inches. Looks like they're going to say 3rd and inches.
That's Ty Coward once again on the stop. They've asked the
Ty
man
Coward
to
makes
stay a
the
little quiet,
stop.
but they can't control the crowd. Let's make a little noise.
And for Chase, averaging 5 yards a carry. Cats in an I formation now. And fullback dive to Williams. And he's got plenty for the first down.
Chase Williams straight ahead.
Cats offense gets a first down there, and although the Wildcats lead 7-0, the offense hasn't been humming. The success Westminster has found has been through the air. Cats fans on their feet. 3 minutes and the clock is winding. Say Malcolm in the slot here. Keep an eye on him. Put him in motion. Willie's going to keep it. He's rolling, looking to throw. Going deep to Price. It's complete. Inside Yellow Jacket territory, down to the 33-yard line.
And
the deep ball is there, Ryan.
And Westminster has found their rhythm going deep through the air so far tonight. Rankin Woolley, just simple play action from Zay Malcolm. Able to go deep on the run, find Ethan Price with perfect delivery. If there are holes in a secondary with only 3 people, and Westminster's exploiting them right now.
1st and 10 from the 33. Woolley in shotgun. They can throw again. This time going to Joe Egan. It's complete, and he's barreled forward inside the 10, close to the 5. The aerial assault from the Wildcats.
So yet again, simple fake to Zay Malcolm. 2-step drop and finds Joe Egan. in between 3 or 4 defenders. Perfect placement for Rankin Woolley.
First and goal from the 6. We've got a false start going up against the Cats. That'll back them up 5 yards. For the record, Rankin Woolley's career high in passing yards, 184 yards. That came against North Clayton a year ago, not last week. He may flirt with that tonight, the way the Cats are having success throwing the ball. First and goal from the 11 now. Malcolm in motion. Woolley on the whirly-bird. Inside the 5-yard line. Great power run from Rankin Woolley. That pad level, Ryan, it gets so low.
Rankin Woolley's ability to run the ball up the middle is one that is very, very rare at the quarterback position. He adds another level to this Westminster offense that is very difficult to defend.
They don't call him Rank the Tank for nothing. A gain of 6. Here's second goal from the 5. Let's go back to the well. Woolley tumbling forward, and he's in! Touchdown Westminster! Rankin Woolley on a 5-yard carry, and the Cats go all the way from the 18-yard line. An 82-yard drive in the final 4 minutes of the first half, and the Cat offense humming.
And a very well-called drive from offensive coordinator Russell Wren, able to attack through the air, and then once you get inside the 5, go to what works, and the whirly-bird and Rankin Woolley able to find the end zone. The Cats take a 13-0 lead.
Gillikin over the extra point. And it is good. Still perfect on the year. 82-yard drive gets Westminster 7 points. And now a 2-score lead. Rankin Woolley finishing the job on this run right here. Look from the end zone cam.
Rankin Woolley able to go through contact, find his way into the end zone. And now, Wiley, you have to wonder, with a minute and a half left to go in this half, with the way the Westminster defense has been playing, there's an opportunity to get the ball back, potentially, before this half ends.
We'll see. The Cats could opt to use some timeouts, perhaps. Although, going in 14-0 with a lead, I'd be mighty content with that. You don't want to be too aggressive, because if you do give up points here to Bulloch in the form of a touchdown, the Yellow Jackets also get the ball to begin the second half. Next 95 seconds critical that Westminster maintains that 2-score gap. Blake Gillikin, the senior, future Nittany Lion. Blazes it deep at the goal line. Walker will take it from the 1. Physical runner. Got to get a couple of men on him, and the Cats get practically all their men on him. Only man left out is the kicker, Blake Gillikin. That's a 10-man tackle right there.
Check that, 22 yards on the return. Nicely done.
Rankin Woolley picked up his 25th career rushing touchdown just moments ago, and look at these career numbers. Over 1,500 yards passing, inching closer to 1,500 yards rushing, and how often do you see that from a Westminster quarterback? Maybe never. The only name that really comes back to you is maybe Gordon Beckham Sr. back in the 70s. But even with all that success in the gridiron, he's a baseball player, and he'll be headed down to the box in Baton Rouge. That'll be an atmosphere. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's McCullum on the wing. Cats need to make a tackle in the secondary, and Rankin Woolley delivers punishment on McCullum. He's been hit hard tonight.
He's going to pick up about 8. He's going to bring up second down. We'll call it a short 2 now.
Gain of 8 yards here.
Number 41, Truman Jones, in on the tackle once again for Westminster.
And the ball is on the 32-yard line. Caleb Carter in at quarterback. He gives it to Walker. The Cats got to make sure they bring him down. They do. Joe Egan polishing him off.
First down, Southeast
Under a minute left. Yellow Jackets have just one timeout, and the name of the game right now was for Westminster the next 46 seconds. Avoid the big play. Bulloch not with a strong kicking game. Only one made field goal in the year, and one missed tonight. Just keep them out of the end zone. 1st and 10. Carter going deep. And this is going to be intercepted by Woolley. He's going to try and run this one back into plus territory. Right side physically pushes his way all the way to the 36-yard line. And now all of a sudden, Westminster has 3 timeouts and field position and a kicking game.
And Westminster needed to avoid the big play, and they do that just here. Southeast Bulloch has struggled through the air tonight. Good pressure by Cortez Olson to disrupt the passing rhythm, and Rankin Woolley will just run north and south on this return, try to get as close to the end zone as he can. And now Westminster with good field position.
Second interception of the night for the Westminster defense. 5th career for Woolley. Now he's looking to try and take him down the field. And this pass is almost intercepted off the hands
that looks like
of Jalen Wells, or Jontrell Wells, beg your pardon.
That looked like a miscommunication between what I believe was Harrison Jones and Rankin Woolley there. Looked like Rankin thought Harrison was going to stop short of where he did. 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
That last pass intended for number 6, Harrison Jones. Once again, the ball's falling to the 37-yard line.
The clock does stop.
Here we go, SEB. Let's get a little cowbell going.
2nd down and 10 from the 37. Looking to throw. Has plenty of time. This pass complete to Price, who hops out of bounds. Ethan Price's first reception since Blessed Trinity 4 weeks ago. 14 seconds, 3 timeouts. You almost have too many timeouts to use in this span. But time not a factor as far as running after the play. Got to utilize your 14 seconds here. Woolley looking to throw. In and out of the hands of Sebastian Mosso. 10.3 seconds on the clock.
Intended for number 10, Sebastian Mosso, just a bit high. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Check that, 2nd down and 10. Ball now on the 21-yard line.
2nd and 10.
Remaining here in the first half.
Got to be very careful. If you do run a play here,
number 24, Ryan Rooks on the coverage for Southeast Bulloch.
You better make sure you get
2nd down and 10.
That timeout called in time. Now 10.3 seconds on the scoreboard here at Southeast Bulloch. And we've got a timeout called by Westminster. They want to make sure they have the right play here, and everybody on the field is aware of 10 seconds left.
And with 10 seconds left, you got to think maybe one shot to the end zone and then maybe a field goal attempt from Blake Gillikin if that doesn't work out.
Coming up at halftime, episode of WCAT's Weekly News. New head of the upper school, Cindy Trask. Phil Diamond and Scoot Diamond join us. And Captain Blake Huber gives us a first half update. In my mind, Ryan, you have 2 options here. You take one shot at the end zone, let Blake kick it, or if you don't want to flirt with those 10 seconds and maybe a ball getting batted up or a pass overthrown and time comes off the clock, you could opt just to have Zay run to the middle of the field, try and get as downhill as he can, but have that clock in his head saying, I got to get down here. And maybe you just call the timeout and let Blake have it straight on. 3 wide receiver set. Let's see what the Cats opt to do. And they're going to have Zay left side, see if he can break one here. And he is taken down at the 10-yard line. Cats will call the timeout. Still plenty of time, 4 seconds. And now a much easier field goal for Blake Gillikin, who has been so good this year punting and on kickoffs, but needs a bit of a confidence boost when kicking a field goal. He's just 1 for his last 8. As here is Malcolm.
Number 33 now, that's Blake Gillikin, rather, excuse me.
And Westminster now can make it a 3-score game going into the locker room. So Keller Harper will hold. Snapping for Westminster will be Peter Rooney, sophomore. And now Southeast Bulloch wants to call a timeout here. But Blake will look to try and get that monkey off his back. 1 for his last 8, as we said. Much better with inside 40 yards. And we should note some of those field goals in those 8 have been from distances of 53 and 54. But Westminster off to a very strong start here in the 2015 state championship. The Cats playing for the right to take on the winner of Hart County and Callaway next Friday night. Hart County would be a home game if the Bulldogs can pull the upset. Callaway, the number 1 seed out of Region 5 and the number 6 team in the state, would be another road game for Westminster, but Cats have won in Hart County. They've won in Elbert County. They've won all sorts of places. Hard to be intimidated. So 4 seconds. Can Blake give the Cats a 3-score lead going into the break? Little high snap. Harper handles it. The kick has plenty of leg, and it is good. Blake Gillikin gives Westminster a 3-score lead with 1 second left in the first half. Almost a picture-perfect opening half for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a slow start offensively for both teams, but in this second quarter, Westminster has burst open with the momentum off of that blocked punt by Malcolm Strickland that was returned by Nance Hill, and almost a perfect ending, getting that 3-score lead up 17 to go into the break.
Coach Romberg very satisfied. He's been so good in the first round at Westminster, 14-3 in his 17 playoff appearances, or 18 now tonight. That's a Westminster best. Looking for his 176th career victory. Picked up 175 last week. Looking for his 20th postseason victory tonight. And there is the legacy. School best, 6 10-win seasons, 175 wins. And he's led Westminster to 9 straight postseasons. And they're going to kick it deep here to Walker. Find that a little interesting. Although it'll be a touchback. You know, that said, if you're going to blow it dead in the end zone at the high school level, maybe not a bad idea to just let Blake boom it through. And in that case, here's Blake Gillikin, his field position numbers. The Cats have not lost field position in 23 straight games, and that is due in large part to number 33. He's got 48 touchbacks this season and 57 kicks and averaging 43 yards a punt. That really is incredible. Tells you why he's going to State College in Pennsylvania next year. 1st and 10 from the 20. And Bulloch's going to see if they can break one here with Walker. They cannot. He's taken down after a 2-yard gain. That's the end of the first half. All green and white in Southeast Georgia. Westminster 17. Southeast Bulloch nothing. State playoffs round 1. WCAT. Could not ask for a better start. Offense a little slow at the start. Get it going in the second quarter. And how about the defense, Ryan? A team averaging over 40 points the last 6 games. And a defense that now has pitched 4 straight scoreless quarters.
Yeah, and 4 scoreless quarters, and this defense was tested early in the first quarter. The fumble of Zay Malcolm on the very first kickoff. The defense was tested, but they stayed strong. And Southeast Bulloch held scoreless in the first half.
A championship-level effort from Westminster. Now it's time for an Emmy Award-winning halftime show with our very own Ramsey Clyde.
Thanks, guys. As you know, WCAT produces our very own weekly news segment. Comes out every Friday and tells you whatever you need to know for that week on campus. Here we go with this week's iteration.
Hello, I'm Miranda Tamaris.
And I'm Rankin Woolley, and you're watching WCAT's Weekly News. As we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving, things keep getting busier. We've got a ton going on this week.
Oh yeah, we do. Westminster has a new head of your upper school too. Big news. How exciting. President Keith Evans announced the selection of Cindy Trask as the new head of upper school. The committee chose Mrs. Trask after an extensive national search. Like a national search. That's crazy. She comes to us from the Columbus School for Girls in Columbus, Ohio, where she was the director of studies and director of middle school.
But it was really when she got here on campus and began to meet people at Westminster and people's eyes began to light up around how easy she was to relate to and just what a kind of remarkable person she was, that we could see that we had really found someone special.
We look forward to welcoming Sydney Trask to the upper school next July.
Can't wait either. I've heard lots of great things from Mr. Evans. Well, the musical's over, but performing arts shows are not. Everyone should go see Proof, Westminster's fall play. It runs tonight and tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Kellett Theater. Take a sneak peek.
Heart failure. Quick. The funeral's tomorrow.
Dad is dead.
I loved your dad. I don't think a mind like his can just shut down.
How are you feeling about his death? Are you all right?
I talked to him, tried to listen to him when he talked. Talked to people who weren't even there. Watched him shuffling around like a ghost. You think I'm like Dad?
I think you have some of his talent and some of his tendency toward instability.
I'm paranoid?
Wait.
You think I should go jogging?
Just hold on.
Get out!
Can I please?
Get out of my house!
Listen to me for a minute.
No, absolutely not. This is not what this is about.
Don't lie to me, Claire. I'm smarter than you. I'm glad he's dead.
Don't miss it. I heard it's going to be great. The Upper School Art Exhibit opens on November 17th with a reception at 3:15. The show will run in Broyles from November 9th through December 16th, so be sure to check it out.
Hey, upper school students, make sure to check out the new wellness center. It's going to be called The Well, located down the hall from the cafeteria. Our wonderful counselors will be celebrating the opening next week with a bunch of different activities like yoga, snacks, and more. Make sure you check it out.
Earlier this week, Westminster hosted Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs. She spoke about the current political situation in Africa, the difference between the 54 countries in the continent, and also shared insights into how to build a team.
The important thing when you're working in a group is to understand that it is a group, that you are working on a team, and that for a team to succeed, every member of the team has a role to play, and every member of the team is important. And there's an important role for leadership in the team, but leaders need to know that they also are only one part of the team, that they can't manage the team, they can't micromanage the team. And the important thing is to be to communicate and to listen to team members.
Ambassador Thomas Greenfield's press secretary is Westminster's own Phil Diamond, class of '99.
That's really cool. Who knew there were 54 countries in Africa? It's crazy. Congratulations to our own community service coordinator, Senior Moore, and the Service Cats for the 24th Habitat for Humanity dedication. During the ceremony, Senior Moore was recognized for his unwavering commitment to the habitat since the school's partnership began. The bill was another successful collaboration of Westminster, Lovett, Pace, and Marist.
Next Wednesday night, the Glenn Institute is hosting its annual speaker series event, Beyond Soup Kitchens, Innovation in the Fight to End Food Insecurity. Guest host and panel moderator Bill Balling, founder and longtime executive director of the Atlanta Community Food Bank, will be joined by a panel of thought leaders. The panelists are bringing new strategies to address this persistent problem in Atlanta. That sounds really fancy. While the speaker series is primarily designed for alumni, parents, faculty, and staff, students are more than welcome, so be sure to check it out if you can. Last week was a great week for the cross-country teams as well. Both the boys and girls teams competed in state at Carrollton. The girls finished first in the AAA region, while the boys finished third.
Great job, Show Cats. And speaking of the Cats, the Westminster football team is going to be traveling to Southeast Bulloch this Friday, 3.5 hours away in Statesboro, Georgia, for the first round of the state playoffs. If you can't come out, which we need you there, it's going to be on WCAT live, so make sure you tune in to watch and support the Cats. If you didn't hear, Zay Malcolm last week broke the school's all-time rushing record and now has over 3,000 yards. That's going to be all for this week. I'm Rankin Woolley.
And I'm Miranda Tamaris. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, but Rankin and Miranda always brighten up my Friday. Now, it's been a really exciting first half, but I'm not sure if you remember, about 2 months ago at the kickoff of our season, we played our rivals Lovett at Lovett down by the river, and it went quite well. Now let's take a look.
Give to Malcolm, left side. Oh, he's got some space now. Turn on the burners. Malcolm to the 20, the 10. He is gone. Goodbye. Mighty Mouse takes it to the house. set. Harris again in motion. Tyndall drops back to pass. He's looking to his right. It's picked off by Harrison Jones. Jones to the 20, the 10, inside the 5. He's knocked out by Tyndall. Harrison Jones with the interception. Stacking the line, now the linebackers will back up. Tyndall looking to throw. He's in trouble. And Tyler Gillikin brings him down. Gillikin. Here's Gillikin. It'll be a 45-yarder. It's a fake. Pitches to Huber. Huber is free to the 20. He's got to beat Wallace. He's going down to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Westminster. Blake Huber on the fake. Oh, my goodness. Trips right. Tyndall rolls right. And it's complete to Harris and Lane the Woods. Say Malcolm. They backed it up to the 38, so it's 3rd and 4. Jam set. Here's Woolley stumbling on his horse, moving. Carter gets past him, still on his feet. Rankin Woolley continuing to go. He won't be stopped. He can't be stopped. He's into the end zone. Rankin the Tank Woolley. 2nd and long. Tyndall over the middle. It's intercepted. Stephen Ballard with the interception. Woolley up the middle. He's going to get the first down. He's broken loose. Hang on to the ball. Rankin, right side, breaks through. He's got a score on his mind. Chase Carter trying to bring him down. He's going to need some help. And that's it. Westminster defeats Lovett 26-23.
Ah, what great memories we have at Lovett. Can't say that every day. Now, we had an important announcement from Keith Evans this week about Cindy Trask, our new head of the upper school. Let's go to William Turton and Keith Evans to talk about it.
Hello, I'm William Turton with WCAT. Today I'm with Keith Evans, the president of Westminster. Today we're going to be asking about the new appointment of Cindy Trask. Can you tell us about her?
Well, Cindy is just an incredible teacher. She's been a very, very involved advanced placement science teacher for years and years and years, and has worked with the college board in revising science curricula, revising the advanced placement program, ultimately became an advanced placement reader and consultant across the country, and so she's a very accomplished teacher in her own right, who then went on to become not only a department chair, but a leader in a school as a director of studies, coordinating the entire academic program, and the director of a middle school. And so she brings this incredible breadth of experience to us that we're real excited about.
That's wonderful. So this has been a really long process of figuring it out. What do you have to go through to figure this out?
Well, we started out last year with a survey of students, faculty, parents, asked what kinds of things we should be looking for, what sorts of things the upper school needed. And from that survey, we developed a bunch of themes that our community of the upper school was looking for someone who could be a real academic leader and could really think forward about what we're doing in our classrooms here and in our curriculum, but also someone who was very connected to our students and our faculty, someone who is easy to relate to, someone whose office you wouldn't mind going in and sitting down on the couch and just shooting the breeze with. That was a really important part of it as well. And so the bar was set pretty high there, but that survey was real helpful to us in terms of thinking about what kind of person we were looking for. After the survey, then, we had a consultant who kind of helped us look out across the country and collect possible candidates. We spent days interviewing those candidates and came down to 3 finalists who visited campus. Those 3 finalists met with students, faculty, parents, administrators, trustees, collected a lot of feedback from all of them, went back and interviewed several of them again, and after all of that came to believe that Ms. Trask was not only the best choice, but one that would really galvanize the community in a lot of ways.
That's great. So it's been a very long process. Now it's done. When are we going to expect to see her?
So she'll start in July 1st. My hope and my hunch is that we're going to see her before then, though. And so I need to to get busy thinking about a transition plan for her and a chance for her to be here and see students, faculty, and others, and kind of get to know us better and get to know her better between now and when the year begins. So we'll work on those plans and probably be aiming toward the end of the winter, spring, that we might actually see her again here.
That's great. Thank you so much for this interview. It was great having you. I'm William Turton with WCAT.
Thanks, William. Now, I know at least I'm excited for Cindy Trask to be coming to Westminster, but I personally will be sad to see Mr. Justice go. He's done a fantastic job, and I think we'll all miss him. Now, Westminster would like to know, what kind of cat are you? Other than wild, because we are all.
I'm a math cat.
I'm a reading cat.
I'm a chorus cat.
I'm a learner cat.
I'm a kindness cat.
I'm a service cat.
I'm a trail cat, and I'm also an art cat.
I'm a hoop cat.
I'm a stage cat and an alumna cat.
I'm a wild cat.
I'm a wild cat.
I'm a wild cat.
We're all wild cats.
We're all wild cats.
At Westminster, every cat can be what she wants.
Because of the Westminster Fund,
all our wildcats, both teachers and students,
have the resources they need to succeed.
In the classroom and beyond.
Every cat has the opportunity to follow her dreams.
To learn.
To grow.
To serve.
To lead.
Every cat can explore his potential.
And her passions. Every cat receives a top-notch education.
Every cat has fun.
Because of the Westminster Fund,
our students can dream big, and so can our faculty.
The Westminster Fund ignites possibility.
That's why we want to get 2,200 Westminster Fund gifts
for our 2,200 students and faculty.
A gift that represents each one of our wildcats.
One gift for every cat. Every cat.
Every cat.
Support the Westminster Fund and support every wildcat.
Your gift provides opportunities for students like me.
And me.
Your gift allows me to give my very best to our students.
What kind of cat are you?
What kind of cat are you?
What kind of cat will you be?
Be a fun cat.
Be a fun cat.
Be a fun cat and shape the future of every cat.
Every cat deserves a fun cat.
Support the Westminster Fund and support every wildcat.
On behalf of every cat, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you from every cat.
Thank you, fun cats.
Thank you.
To all of our fun cats, thanks.
A shout out to every cat down here, every WCAT that made the trek down to South Bulloch High School to bring you this game. Let's take a look at the numbers from this campaign and all of the support that it brought into the school. Huge support, and we are all very grateful. The goal was 2,200 gifts, and there were 2,500 commitments, 2,500 commitments that came in for a total of $1.9 million for the Westminster Fund. And with those numbers, we were able to capture $100,000 board challenge, a little boost and a little bonus right there. Earlier this week, we had a very special visitor on campus, Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield. She is the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, working very closely with John Kerry. She came and spoke with our students, accompanied by her press secretary, Westminster's very own Phil Diamond, class of '99. Let's take a look back. Cyrus Farouk, a junior, spoke with Phil Diamond about his career in the U.S. Foreign Service and his time with the Assistant Secretary of State.
I'm Cyrus Farouk with WCAT. I'm here with Phil Diamond, class of '99, and Mr. Diamond's son. He's a member of the Foreign Service. Earlier you said that being in the Foreign Service was your dream job. Why is that?
It is absolutely my dream job. One of the reasons is because I get to live all over the world. I've been in for 6 years. I spent 2 years in Mumbai in India, 2 years in El Salvador, and so that cross-cultural experience, learning about new cultures, the travel is part of it, but part of it is how fascinating the work is to me. Being able to represent the U.S. abroad is amazing. The different issues I've been able to work on, reporting on presidential elections, promoting human rights, doing visa interviews for Indians wanting to come to the U.S., working in the Operations Center of the State Department, a 24/7 environment, listening in on Secretary Kerry's phone calls, and now getting to write speeches for Ambassador Thomas Greenfield just spoke. she is one of the true legends of the Foreign Service. So I get to learn from our top diplomat in Africa and learn about all the top issues going on the entire continent and our priorities. So there hasn't been a dull moment, and I hope to make a long career out of it for sure.
Great. So also you talked about getting in the mind of the person that you're speech writing for. So how do you do that?
It's interesting. So I'm only 2 months into the job, and these 2 days in Atlanta have been the best 2 days in the job so far, because my goal is to go out and hear her speak as many times as I can, and I get down there and I scribble notes. I scribble copious notes and try to learn her voice. And I have the fortune of writing for an incredible speaker. As you can see today, she just knows the material so well, and sometimes I don't even think she needs a speech, but it's a great skill to have, and it's another just great learning experience for me in the Foreign Service.
Great. And also, how do you encourage young people and yourself? How do you encourage them to be the next ambassador to Africa?
Well, I'm pretty young right now and don't have tons of experience, but I love the Foreign Service, and I think thinking about Westminster, I met President Evans recently. I heard about all these new initiatives that Westminster has promoting global opportunities, which is awesome. A lot of times you don't get that until college. In Westminster, you now have that option to go abroad. I heard about a program to India. So now, students as early as high school can start looking for those opportunities to go abroad, which is awesome. In college, I would say study abroad for sure. It's for a semester, if not a year. After college, join the Peace Corps. I say that because I did it and I loved it. It was the best experience I've had in my life so far. And it's a primary reason I'm in the Foreign Service right now. So there's tons of opportunities, but Peace Corps is just one of them.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
This is Cyrus Farouk with WCAT with Phil Diamond, class of 99. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And we're back here in Brooklet, Georgia. I'm Daniel Searle. At halftime, the Cats lead 17-0. We are accompanied by Scoot Diamond. We'll now call you the father of Phil, correct? What a special moment for you having Phil on campus with his boss, the ambassador. And in that interview, she talked about we may be soon calling that Phil Diamond Ambassador Diamond.
You're right, Daniel. I was so proud, and so was my wife, Maggie, to have Phil back on campus with the #1 diplomat for the entire continent of Africa, representing her, working with her. Certainly, a byproduct of all Westminster's emphasis on diversity, on global programs, on seeing the world. To have my son back there serving our country and serving in the Foreign Service with Ambassador Greenfield, we are proud. I thought it was a great moment, and I really liked the turnout we had to listen to the ambassador. Yeah, it was fun.
Fantastic, and a huge turnout during this last few weeks on the Every Cat Challenge, where the community stepped up and really demonstrated how much they care about Westminster, the Westminster Fund, and all of our students.
I can't thank the parents, alums, everybody who contributed to Every Cat, the faculty and staff, because truly every cat is valuable. Every cat makes this school run, and to have the donations from over 2,300, 2,400. We broke through that goal. That was fabulous. Indeed, every cat is important. Every cat needs our support.
$1.9 million in pledges for the Westminster Fund. Fabulous, fabulous. Now, earlier we heard from William Turton speaking with President Evans about the new head of upper school, Cindy Trask. I know you've met her. What are your thoughts?
I had a great time walking around with Cindy. She was just so delightful, so smart, so personable, really liked the kids. She can talk about football. She can talk about AP Physics, talk about robotics and art. Just a very lively personality, really, really smart. She'll be a great fit for Westminster. I feel so lucky we got her.
Good to hear. And lucky, but also a lot of hard work behind it. Scoot Diamond, the girls cross-country team, 3 times in a row, state champs, Amy Eubanks, 20 years there, Coach of the Year, outstanding stuff.
How about those Trail Cats, Daniel? Just an unbelievable team, over 100 girls on the team. And in that state championship race for the girls, 5 of our girls finished in the top 10, a dominating win. But I also want to give a shout-out to the boys. They ran so great, tough competition, finished 3rd in the state. So I'm proud of that boys team as well. But for those girls bringing home the trophy 3rd year in a row, wow, go Trail Cats.
No doubt about it. Coach, we're down here in Brooklet, Georgia, Southeast Bulloch, playing in AAA, but a lot of shuffling going on with some new numbers. What do you think? What have you heard as far as Westminster's landing spot in the future in GHSA?
Well, Daniel, you're exactly right. I think there's a good chance we'll be moving up to 4A. But you know what? We've been in all kind of classifications in my 25 years here. The Cats have always risen to the challenge. the higher the bar, I think the higher the Wildcat performance is. So no matter where we are, no matter who we play, I know that we'll be able to be successful. I know we'll compete. I know we'll work hard. And I know that sportsmanship, great coaching will carry the day no matter what the wins and losses are. But if we're in a tougher classification, I look forward to it. The Cats like challenge.
They sure do. Now, a challenge that everybody is going through on a somber note right now, over across in Paris, attacks on humanity, quite literally. And we've got an update for a Westminster person that was over there in the theater.
Exactly, Daniel. I've heard that Julian Dorio, the redhead who I taught about 14 years ago, he actually was a drummer in the rock band that was in the theater that was attacked in Paris today. I'm happy to say that Julian's okay. Our heart goes out to all those who were killed or injured in that terrible attack. It's a dangerous world. I think about my son serving in the Foreign Service, and it's all of our jobs to make the world safer. I'm glad my son can be a part of it, and I hope that all of us can be a part of that as well. But Julian Dorio, Westminster alum, was on stage, is safe. I'm happy to report that news.
And that's probably the biggest news of the night for us right here, although we've got a 17-0 lead over Southeast Bulloch. Let's take a look at some of the best plays from the last couple weeks of the Cats, and we'll be back for second half action with Wiley, Ryan, and another guest up in the booth momentarily.
It's that time of year. Leaves falling, temperatures falling faster. The Wildcats are headed south, 200 miles south, to Brooklyn, home of the Yellow Jackets. The Cats have got all the tools. Confidence, they've won 3 in a row. Star power, an all-time great. Experience, in spades, this is 9 straight. Championship medal, it's time to find out. It's the state playoffs. Round 1, Wildcats, Yellow Jackets. The second half continues on WCAT. Welcome back to Brooklyn, Georgia. Start of the second half here at Fred Shaver Field. It's been all green and white through the first 24 minutes. Cats leading 17-0. Here's Blake Gillikin. They get the second half underway. Kick goes to Cecil McCullum at the 5-yard line. He'll take it right up the middle and gets a good return out to the 30-yard line. I'm Wiley Ballard, joined by Ryan Costley, welcoming senior captain Blake Huber up to the booth, or top of the bleachers, however you want to put it. Blake, thrilled to have you with us. Mighty strong second half, or first half.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. You know, it was great to see. That first drive really put it in perspective for us. You know, Zay fumbles on that first kickoff return, and defense just puts up a brick wall for us, and that started it all for us.
There's Jalen Wells under center. Bulloch looking to find something offensively. Here's Walker on the fullback dive. Nothing there, and that's kind of been the story tonight. He's had maybe 1 or 2 8 or 9 yard runs, but everything else has either been 2 or 3 yards or perhaps even no gain. He's a real physical runner too.
Yeah, we knew what they were bringing to the table, and all week we practiced defenses, stack the A and B gaps with Tyler and Cortez coming off the outside, sometimes Chase too on the line, smoked up, hitting that C gap hard, trying to stop that inside run game that's been so successful to them this year.
Here we are, Blake Huber, Wiley Ballard, Ryan Costley. And this is Jalen Wells, the quarterback, tries to take it to the right side. And he's taken down by Rankin Woolley.
We'll call it 5.
Bo Vance checking in for the Cats, number 17, extra linebacker coming in for 3rd and 6.
Great play, Phil in the alley by Rankin Woolley.
Third down, let's call it 6.
Nothing to the inside, and Rankin has a fill. Great job by him.
Blake, what do you like about the defense thus far? Pitching a shutout, now back-to-back halves, and really shutting down the running game.
I really just loved our resiliency. You know, we fumbled twice in the first half, and after that, we didn't give up any scores. It's great to see.
3rd and 6. This will be Wells left side this time. Woolley coming up again, takes him down. Shy the first down. Rankin Woolley back-to-back tackles. Once to the right and then to the left. The pursuit up front, whether it's been from the linebackers or from the secondary and Rankin Woolley, they've gotten upfield so quickly that Bulloch hasn't been able to build much momentum going downhill.
Yeah, it's been great to see. You see Joe kind of gets caught up in the wash, playing corner here. Rankin just fills the alley so quickly. You see Joe kind of goes in, trying to stay outside. Rankin fills so quickly, not unblocked, and makes a great hit and tackle.
3 and out for Bulloch to begin the second half. Caleb Carter back to punt. Nice snap. Carter gets it away. No pressure from the Cats this time. Already blocked 1 punt today. Here's Malcolm at the 32. Still on his feet. How did his knee not touch the ground? I don't know, but he's loose and free across the 50. A lot of speed. Taken down by the shirt tail. Tackle made by DeAndre Boyle. Wow.
And that's that spark that Zay Malcolm gives you in special teams. We talk about him a lot on offense, but when he's able to get his hands on the ball in space on a punt return like this.
And here is Mighty Mouse. Wow.
You know, I'm surprised teams still kick to us. It's really a conundrum.
He's run back 3 in the punt return game thus far this year. Keller Harper in at quarterback, his first action of the night. And he gives to Williams, who's loose, into the secondary, through the secondary. One man to beat and wrangled down in the red zone by John Trell Wells. Freshman saves a touchdown.
During halftime, Chase Williams walks up the offensive line. He said, guys, give us 1 more second of blocking. Just give us 1 more second, we're going to bust it. And you see it right there.
And who did it up front? Tyler Gillikin sealing off his man. Downfield block by looked to be a receiver. And by Joe Egan. And here's another run up the middle from Williams. He's loose, diving towards the pylon. Is he in? He is! Touchdown, Chase Williams! And the Cats go up 23-0.
And what a start to the second half of the Westminster Wildcats. That second quarter, you attack a lot down the field through the air. Right there, you just go twice. Chase Williams able to run the ball with power north and south, get into the end zone.
What a statement by our team here. Get a stop in their first possession of the half and take it down and score in just a few plays.
Gillikin booms it through. And the Cats lead 24-0. Ryan, we spoke about it before the half. Blake spoke about it with you as well. The first 5 or 6 minutes of this first half could have a lot to do and to say about how the rest of the game's going to go. If Bulloch was going to have a last-ditch comeback in the second half, they needed a strong start. They've gotten the opposite.
I think we just sent them a message there. We're not quitting. We know this game's not over. We've been in this situation before against Lovett and Elbert County. Been up big after the first half, and we crumbled a little bit in the second. I hope that's not going to be the story today, and it looks like it's not going to be.
Cats have been a lot better in the second half as of late, outscoring their opponents 80-53 or rather 59-36 in the last 5 games. They were outscored 80-53 in the first 5 games of the second half. So that trend has flipped a little bit as the Cats have become more of a second half team in the second half of the season. Chase Williams with a touchdown rush. That's his 6th career touchdown, or 7th career touchdown, 6th career rushing. He's gotten 5 in the last 8 games. Gillikin gets into this one, takes McCullum into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 for Bulloch.
I think that improvement in the second half has really been a testament, first of all, our conditioning, and second of all, our mental capability. The beginning of the season, living in Atlanta, it's hot, it's humid, it's muggy. It's hard to play a whole game, especially with our team. Depth has been a whole issue the entire year, and we're cycling guys on offense straight back to defense. But, we've really matured as a group, and, conditioning and practice goes a long way to helping us stay together in the fourth quarter.
You mentioned depth. What can you say about the effort of Tyler Gillikin and Stephen Ballard tonight, who play both ways on the line and on defense?
Well, it's great to have 2 leaders like that. Steven, just an awesome linebacker for us, and Tyler's just a playmaker on defense, but you don't see what they do all the time on the offense, just creating big holes. And, they know their calls. That's a big part of the offensive line. It was a big part of our struggles in the first part of the year. It's more than just hitting the guy in front of you. You got to know who you're blocking, know the calls, and we've really improved in that with Tyler and Steven up front.
Second down and 7. And Chase Walker gets his 3 yards, but he has not found a lot of success tonight. 5'8", 180 pounds, just a sophomore. Over 2,500 career yards rushing through his first 2 varsity seasons. Here he goes again.
Number 34, Chase Walker,
but the Cats, for the
get
most
about
part, have
3
held their
more.
own. When he gets as many touches as he gets in a given game, he's going to have the yardage totals, but I don't think he'd call it a successful night at this point.
Yeah, this is what you see a lot of times, these option teams. They're going for plays with 3, 4 yards every time. If we can hold them to 1 or 2, set them up for long on third down, that's really the key for us. Make them throw, make them go to the outside, make them do what they're uncomfortable doing with, get them out of their zone.
And that's precisely what Ryan and I talked about in the first half. Was Westminster did a phenomenal job of winning first and second down.
Yeah, it's definitely key for us. Third down for us, honestly, has been a struggle. But with their lack of ability to throw, has really just been surprising. The quarterback's just been tossing it up for us. I mean, one interception that Harrison had, no one was near him. So if we can make them pass, make them do what they're uncomfortable doing, then we're going to have them the whole game.
Coach Romberg's defense playing some of their best football of the season. And Blake, this might be a little painful to reminisce on, but keep in mind we got a 3-score lead here in the second half of a playoff game. But in September, last-second loss to Elbert County, last-minute loss to Laney the week before, and another last-second loss to Farrell. Is it safe to say, and I have a hunch it might be, that this team has grown a lot through those experiences?
We absolutely have. You know what? You can put BT in there without Huber for me. That one still burns with us. We thought we were in that game that whole time. We set ourselves up to win. We lost the lead in the fourth quarter. So that was trick play at the end. We had the win right there. It was all in front of us, and that one burns most of all, along with Farrell and, all of them. They still hurt. So we're thinking about every fourth quarter and every second half. We got to keep piling it on.
3rd and 4, here's Walker. Didn't look like he got it. Truman Jones with the stop. He had to get to the 31-yard line, and he's shy of the 30, so it'll be 4th down and 1, and Southeast Bulloch may have to go for it here.
And for the 3rd or 4th time tonight, Truman Jones has been involved on a 3rd down, able to get to the running back, force a stop, and force a difficult down for Southeast Bulloch on 4th down.
And Blake, to be fair to the Blessed Trinity game, we actually wanted to put it on there. There's not quite enough space in the graphic. But that was, again, like you said, a very difficult loss.
It was.
So 4th and inches. Here's Carter. Cavs coming on the blitz. And Walker's going to get it. And an additional 4 or 5 yards. But how about what Westminster has accomplished since that Blessed Trinity game? 3 wins all on the road, all in emphatic fashion, taking care of business, and with Westminster's back up against the wall.
Yeah, it's outstanding, just to see how we've really come together. Coach Rommers told us after that BT loss, guys, we control our own destiny, but it's do or die every week. We've been playing the playoffs for us 3 weeks already. This is the 4th game of that playoff streak. We've played tough and we've played smart.
Cecil McCullum taken down by sophomore Malcolm Strickland. And Blake, what impresses me maybe even the most about this Westminster team over the past couple of years now is, as far as home field advantage goes, I think it becomes a greater and greater factor the lower and lower you get below the professional level. College, it's a big deal. High school, it can be a gigantic deal, but yet your senior class, 13-7 on the road, 3 playoff wins on the road, on your way to a 4th one. How does this not faze you playing with a town like Southeast Bulloch as we have 2nd and short?
Well, usually
and Carter up the middle. And the last thing I'll say, you got a team like Bulloch, whole town comes in. They're jacked up as any, and you guys tune it out.
Yeah, usually Coach Romer schedules a long way game for us. Last year we went to Laney and Elbert County. Those are tough trips. Staying 4 hours on a bus with just one guy next to you trying to sleep, you don't really know what to do with yourself. You're just trying not to tell yourself too much, and then go to maybe not the best restaurant you can get 80 guys into, but it's a mental thing, and I think our seniors know how to handle it. We've been there before. We've been to Thomasville, long way away. We've been to Laney. We've been to Elbert, and we went to like Central Carrollton last year. I mean, you can name so many long road trips, but we really know how to handle it. And really just kudos to Coach Romberg. He keeps us in line so much. He wasn't even on the bus, but everyone's quiet. We understand when it's time to have fun with each other, joke around, but also we know when it's time to focus, get serious, get ready for the game. We made about 4 stops before we got here, and every time it gets a little more focused. Every time, we stop for lunch. Start thinking about the game and go to our walkthrough and kind of get it right in our heads, and then we're on the way here.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. This is McCullum on the carry, and he's met before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Cats again getting that push up front, and they win 1st down.
And again, Westminster winning the battle at the line defensively. That's been a key all night long. Is able to get pressure through that Southeast Bulloch offensive line. Credit guys like Cortez Alston and Tyler Gillikin able to get into the backfield yet again.
Their offensive line game plan is basically just jump out, get off the ball as quickly as possible, and cut out the legs of a lot of defensive linemen. What we're doing well is we're getting off those chop blocks, especially on the edge with Cortez, Chase, and Tyler all coming off the edge smoked up, which means they're going straight into C-gap. And it's really working well for us. We're coming off, we're getting off blocks, and we're making plays.
2nd and 11. This is McCullum staggering forward. Chase Williams takes him down. McCullum did well just to fight his way back to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Line to gain is the Wildcat 45. Cats have blown it open here, 24-0, well in control, but the start of that second quarter, we were a scoreless game, and it kind of had the feeling of who was going to make the first big play. It was a battle, a defensive struggle, punt after punt, and all of a sudden, one punt blocked by Malcolm Strickland, run back by Nance Hill. Blake, what was the difference on that play, and how did it affect the rest of the game in your mind?
Well, I mean, special teams plays always spark teams, extracurricular going on, but they spark us, and they've sparked us in the past. We see Zay running back these touchdowns, but that block kick was huge from us. Offense not doing huge things, defense still solid. Just getting that block was huge, and especially that score. We blocked one against Blessed Trinity last year. They could have tied the game, but we fell on it. And you see Nance pick it up, almost fell down, but he got in the end zone. That's what matters. It really allowed that spark to come for us, and we actually only had 10 men on the field in that play, so we got away with one right there.
Back to punt it away will be number 10, Caleb Carter, set to receive the ball. Number 32, Isaiah Malcolm.
4th down and 9. Of course, when you talk about favorite special teams plays, how about that fake field goal and the touchdown pass to Blake Huber against Lovett season opener?
I love how y'all bring that up whenever I'm with y'all.
Well, I'm not sure why you're complaining about it.
I'm absolutely not.
And here's the punt from Carter. This will settle down just inside the 20. 1st and 10 Wildcats. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Westminster well in control, 24-0 over Southeast Bulloch, a team that has not won a playoff game in 40 years. And they're having visions and bad memories. The last time they hosted a playoff game in 2002, they were shut out again. And in 2001, they were shut out in a home playoff game. So Yellow Jackets really with a monkey, if not a gorilla, on their back in this postseason. So here's Malcolm, gets the handoff from Harper. And he'll mosey his way on out to the 23, 24-yard line. 2nd and 6 now after the carry by Malcolm.
Yeah, you can really see how much this game means to them. In a small town, I mean, I'd love to know the football culture here. We hear about it all the time, Friday Night Lights, all those great shows and movies about small town football. And you see the crowd here for the home side is impressive. I mean, it's great to see, and if Hart County can pull it out for us against Callaway, we'll have a home game next week and see some fans of our own.
Now the Cavaliers have a 10-point lead at half, last report, as Malcolm falls forward to get near the first down mark. Like you said, Hart County, a team Westminster faced last year. Obviously some new faces for the Bulldogs, but a chance to host them, or more likely a Callaway team, number 6 in the state. And another difficult place to play, but Blake, I have a feeling you guys won't be fazed by that.
Yeah, I think we can go anywhere and win, maybe even Calhoun. Probably the best football environment there is, but I feel good with our odds, but just about anybody. We've stacked up against the best in the state and the best athletes in the state.
Chase, 2 hands on the field, on the ball rather. And now here's the road to the championship. Number 4, Hart County, number 1, Callaway. Winner of that game tonight will face off against Westminster. Quarterfinals a couple of top 10 teams at Daresville and Jackson, and then the semis in December. But when the brackets came out, for the first time in a long time, it felt like Westminster may have the less daunting side of the bracket. As Harper's out here rolling, Nance Hill's wide open. He goes to him, brings it down across the 50, and he's got blocking downfield. Takes it back to the right side, breaks through a tackle. He's towing the sideline. He's ticketed for 6, and he's in. Touchdown, Nance Hill, his second of the night. But we've got a flag on the field.
There is a flag on the play.
Let that be a testament to our downfield blocking there. You see Seb get a great block. I'm not sure who that hold on was on, but that might be him. But he wouldn't have been sprung anyway without that downfield blocking by our receivers. We teach that all the time. You know, that extra effort. The wide receivers don't exactly love the block. They love catching the ball and running, but they do it for their buddy. They get the block. But Nance got sprung, but looks like it's going to be called back here.
This is the third or fourth pass tonight we've seen a quarterback for Westminster roll out and be able to make a good throw on the run. Credit Keller Harper there. Let's try to see who this hold is on. It might have been behind the catch, Nance Hill. The Cats will have the ball at about on their own 49.
Cavs, like you said, do pick up the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10, but back on the 49-yard line now.
2 wide receivers right. Hill and Masso, it looks like. And Malcolm's going to take it to the left side. Across midfield, diving forward, close to the 40-yard line. Cats offense looking very good after a slow start in the first quarter, and a Yellow Jacket team that is hands on their hips.
This is where we look to pile it on. You know, you got them on their heels. They're starting to doubt themselves a little bit, and we're just getting more momentum by each snap.
2nd and short, I formation. Here's Chase, fullback dive. Got the first down.
Number 3, straight ahead, Chase Williams once again. It'll be enough for a first down. 1st and 10, Westminster.
So that all night, Chase Williams is up the middle. Coachman loves that fullback dive. And it's a great go-to play for us. You know, we're always getting that first down whenever we call it.
Minute left to go here in the third quarter as the clock winds down. Offensive line's done a very good job, especially in pass protection. Rankin and Keller both have had a lot of time to throw, and that's reaped large benefits. Here's Malcolm. Little stutter step. Finds his hole, and he's through it. He's through the whole defense. Inside the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mighty Mouse. 30-0. Cats lead.
Number 32, Isaiah Malcolm.
What a run right here from Zay Malcolm. Just able to make one quick move to the right, and then it's just speed around the edge and able to find the end zone. And the Cats take a 30-0 lead in Southeast Georgia.
And for Zay, broke State Senator Hunter Hill's record last week. Gets in the end zone for a postseason touchdown. His 5th career postseason touchdown. And he's been so good in every game, it seems like, but especially in the postseason. As the kick is through for Gillikin. Cats up big, 31-0 at Southeast Georgia.
Yeah, this is something we've known we've been able to do. We just haven't done it. Today we've really put together a full game on offense, defense, special teams. Done a great job. Both sides of the ball have picked each other up. After fumbles, defense have stepped up. After getting good field position, offense has stepped up. And we've seen great blocking, great hustle, great just pretty much everything. I'm so proud of the guys. Really come out strong. And just it's great to see for us. This will do so much for us.
And a big block right there for number 55. Ollie Bogus able to clear up that whole right side for Zay Malcolm. And a 31-0 lead for the Westminster Wildcats.
And on top of that, Hart County has pulled within 3. There's 6 minutes and 52 seconds in the third quarter. Keep in mind, Hart County wins. Westminster's got their first home playoff game since 2010. Still a long way to go in LaGrange. Cats still want to finish this one up, but they are well on their way. Here's the kick. Fielded by Walker at the 1. Full head of steam. Tells his blocker to get out of the way. Cats defense gets in the way. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line. Blake, here's a question for you. Obviously, all the fans following that Callaway score very closely. Was there any talk of that in the locker room?
Oh, absolutely. You know, guys, we got to win this game. There's a chance we can actually play at home. You know, and it's kind of a dream. You know, you come in third in your region, and you get a home game. But you know, we focus on this game first. You know, take it one game at a time, one snap at a time. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely looming in the back of our minds. You know, we could play at home. You know, come impress the folks back at Westminster.
Wing T formation has not done much tonight. Wells in massive trouble as Tyler Gillikin wraps and wrangles Wells down to the ground. It's been that kind of night for the Yellow Jacket quarterback.
And throughout this year, Blake, for you, we faced a lot of teams that have a lot of speedy guys to the outside and try to force them to go back inside on the run. How is it approach-wise different to have a team that likes to go up the middle and trying to force them more to the edge?
Well, I think it really plays into our hand, really. We've got such a great front seven. You know, even with Truman's really stepped up for us, you know, to solidify that front seven for us. And, you know, I think it plays into our strength. You know, A-gap, B-gap, C-gap. That's just really our strength, you know, and we also have great cornerbacks and awesome safety and Rankin who can fill D-gap for us.
Cats up by 31 after 3. Daniel Searle on the sideline.
Down here with Athletic Director Tim Downs, the first playoff experience with the Cats, and they are delivering, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you what, driving up and seeing the lights come out of the ground, it felt like Friday Night Football, and the Cats are playing great.
You got it. And who's here? It's the whole Downs clan.
This is our 7th grader, Drew Downs. Just finished his season with Coach Brightup. Had a great year.
All right, any shout-outs? Maybe somebody at home?
Well, how about Beth Downs, Will Downs, and Kelly Downs?
It's the whole crew over there. What do you think about these Wildcats? What are they doing well? Just about everything.
I tell you what they're doing well. They're having fun, and it's good to see. They're playing really good football. Coaches are doing a great job, and they're having fun. That's what matters.
Successful fall for the Cats. Cross-country teams, first for the girls, third for the boys.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun to watch both teams run. I love the way the women just came out there. They took care of business, got their trophy, took it home, and it's a sisterhood.
No doubt. Volleyball into the final.
That was one of the best athletic events I've ever seen. You know, the tension was building in my neck watching it, and they gave it everything they had. It was a lot of fun to watch.
And finally, Coach McGuire and the softball Cats.
Yeah, softball it's really hard. Softball in Georgia, and I think they had more wins than they've ever had in the history of the program. It was a great year all around.
No doubt about it. You talk about the competitiveness of softball in Georgia. No question about that. So, Hart County pushing. We may be hosting a playoff game.
Well, that'd be great to be back at home, but wherever we go, I'm really confident with this team.
And winter sports are starting up. What do we look forward to with wrestling, with basketball, and in the swimming pool?
Well, I've seen the boys working really hard down in the mats in the wrestling room. Basketball teams look solid, both the girls and the boys. And, we've been in the pool and set a few state marks already. So winter's going to be great.
All right, Drew Downs, Tim Downs, our athletic director, his first year here, first playoff game, watching the Cats. Wiley, back to you to wrap things up.
Thanks, Daniel. It's going well. Cats come up with a big stop on 3rd and 14. Pass complete to Walker, but great open field tackle by Bo Vance. He's got to get that shoulder fixed on his left side. But the Cats make another stop, and Bulloch in punting formation. Harrison Jones back to receive the punt from the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that was great coverage for us downfield. Forced them to take a check down route, and it's 3rd and 13. Bo makes a great tackle. Stops us short, get a 3 and out.
Snap is way too high. Carter has time. Cats weren't looking to block it anyway. But not a very good punt. It doesn't even make it out to midfield, and we've got a little bit of chippiness going on in the 4th quarter of a rout here in the state playoffs. Flag comes out. We'll see who gets penalized.
I think guys really got to keep a level head here. I don't think Southeast Bulloch's feeling too comfortable about getting a win here, so they're going to be taking some shots. It's hard to deal with. You know, you're a senior, and you kind of know your season's coming to an end, so you want to get a few hard hits back in your season. So you got to keep your head on a swivel and keep your head on right.
Let's take a look at the top 10 teams in classification 3A. There are the numbers. Blessed Trinity and Cedar Grove, two fellow Region 4 teams for Westminster. And that tie, Blessed Trinity and Cedar Grove tied in the region championship. And they flipped a coin. Cedar Grove won the toss and chose the number 2 seed to avoid facing number 5 Jefferson in the second round, which is what Blessed Trinity has in line. And Blake, we touched on it very briefly in the third quarter, but the draw, granted everything needs to be taken care of on the gridiron, but the draw is friendly for Westminster for the first time in quite some time. Only 4 top 10 teams on Westminster's half of the bracket, on Westminster's group of 16 to get to the state championship. As Harper's still in at quarterback, they're going to give it here. Looks like to Ben Walker on the carry. Getting some reps here in the playoffs. And on top of that, within Westminster's group of 8 to reach the semifinals, no top 5 teams. Granted, 3 top 10 teams, but you avoid the juggernauts of Calhoun, Blessed Trinity.
Yeah, it's great to see those behemoths of teams on the other side, but you know, we're not afraid of anybody. We'll take on anybody we get, and you know, we'll be confident against any team we play.
Here's Charlie Bennett on the carry.
Charlie Bennett straight ahead. Gonna pick up about
gives him over 60 yards in the season with that carry. The junior who will certainly figure into Westminster's offensive plans next year. There's Will Miller, number 74, his grandfather, a avid watcher of WCAT. Also want to give a shout out to the Wood family who are watching at the big screen. Garrett and Alyssa Wood, their son Bennett. And here's a give up the middle. Nothing much there for Westminster, but Benton Wood, a goalkeeper for the soccer team, had those big stops in PKs a couple years back.
Oh yeah, against Lovett, that was great. Been one of my best friends, and he's been a great goalie for us all year. And happy to see what's in store for him his senior year. He also gave a great speech at the National Honor Society banquet just a few nights ago. You know, he's a great speaker, and you know, you love to see good things happen to a good guy.
Here's 4th and 1. Ben Walker's in the backfield. Cats may just be trying to draw him off sides here. Yellow Jackets are disciplined. Just over 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Walker up the gut. I'm not sure he got it.
It's going to be close.
Looks like the initial spot is a tick short.
Number 27.
And it's going to be first down for somebody. Well, they're about to signal the Yellow Jackets, and now it's that they're calling for a measurement. And we're going to get that.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some guys in here, getting some reps. We really love to see it. You know, we kind of feel like we kind of shorted the JV this year. We should have had some games where we kind of ran away with it. We let teams back in. So, you know, let them have a little fun in a playoff game and some great atmosphere for a football game.
Waiting on the first down call here. They're lining it up on the 45. It's been an awfully fun night here in Brooklet, Georgia. And if you want to relive it, because you should, you want to check out bit.ly/WCAT DVDs as the Cats get the first down of the carry from Walker. Got it by a nose. You get your own copy not only of varsity football, but of the Christmas pageant coming up in a little over a month, the Halloween parade less than 2 weeks ago, Handel's Messiah, and varsity football, and hopefully a lengthy playoff run. Got it started off right tonight. Walker takes it right.
Once again, number 27, that's Ben Walker on the carry to the right-hand side. Nice tackle.
Cheerleaders having fun. They know they're going to have another game to cheer next week.
It'll be a gain of 1, bring up second down and 9.
Maybe we can get that home game.
Check that 35-yard line.
Second down and 9. Cats all over the Yellow Jackets tonight, looking to pitch their first shutout since the quarterfinals last year over Hart County.
Yeah, even funneling subs in here, Coach Romer would love to see a shutout. You know, we would too. We thought our defense, great strength for us the whole year, and you know, it's surprising we haven't had that many shutouts the last couple of years. I think we only had 2 last year, and we don't have one yet this year, so it'd be a great boost for our D.
There's your offensive line. Matt Griffith, a senior. Wildcat football player all the way since 7th grade. Older brother Watson just joined the Peace Corps. Congratulations to him and Will Miller. Working hard as well. We've got Ramsey Clyde in the sidelines.
Yes.
Ramsey, what do you got for us?
Hi, I'm here with Maya and Allison on the cheerleading team. Allison and Maya, you guys are captains. How does it feel to know that this could have been your last game?
We really just came into it excited to cheer because we know it could be our last game, so we're just trying to enjoy every moment.
But, like, you really knew that it wouldn't be the last game.
We knew we were going to win. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, we have confidence in the Cats. So, I mean, the season's been going great. Have you guys been enjoying it?
Yes, it's been really fun.
It's been a really good season with, like, everyone on the squad and the big squad and everything.
Yeah, it's really made an improvement, I think.
Great. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the 4-hour car ride out here.
Yeah, it was sort of rough.
It was really cold.
It was cold, but it wasn't too bad. It was fun with all of us.
Good. I hope you're looking forward to another one next week. So, back to you guys.
Thanks, Ramsey. Hey, Ramsey. We may have a home game. Don't be signing for that car ride yet. I got my money's worth this week. We still got a long one on the way home.
Yeah, let's get this monitor on Hart County game, will you?
No kidding. So 4th down and 7 here for the Wildcats. Looking to keep the offense on the field. It'd be a 51-yard try. Harbor's going to give it to Walker up the middle. Beg your pardon, that's Bennett, Charlie Bennett.
Charlie Bennett tries the right side of that line. Nothing doing.
Doesn't get it. 1st and 10 for Southeast Bulloch.
Looks like we got some JV squad guys that are going in there. John Richardson, Devin Lamar. You got Alec Khan.
Julian Mason in there as well.
Some other Yellow Jackets in on that tackle.
And a nice reward for a long week of practice squad, a long season of being on the scout team, and good to see these guys getting in the game. And speaking of the scout team and the practice squad, Cats obviously got the job done this week. What was that preparation like going up against a wing T offense like this, one Westminster hasn't seen very often in years past?
Yeah, it was a little different for us this week. We're usually used to spread offenses in our region. Having a wing T team like this, it's a little different, but our scout team guys really came together, and, it's really just about focus. They can't be joking around and just trying to have a fun time all at practice. They focused, they knew what they were doing, they read their cards, and they ran plays effectively for us to prepare for this game.
Alex Kahn making the tackle. Sophomore wears number 68.
Keep an eye on Alec Khan coming up the next few years. Really hard worker, works hard in the weight room, works hard on the field. He's a great guy. You're going to be calling his name a lot in the next few years.
Chase Walker on the stop. The entire Westminster linebacking core engulfs him at the 45-yard line. Daniel Searle's got some updates for us. Daniel, what's going on down there?
Thanks, Wiley. Nothing down here but a whole bunch of activity on Twitter. The social media is blowing up tonight, and we promise some shout-outs. So Banks Platford, thanks for interacting here with us. Kay Sterniolo, wife of Coach Joe Sterniolo, also working along. Wendy Silliman liking some tweets. Becky McKnight from the lower school. She brings us news that the Catfish win big, the middle school Catfish up in Chattanooga on their annual trip up there. Henry Grady giving a shout out to WCAT and to the Varsity Cheerleaders. Shout out to you, Henry Grady. And lots more. We heard about Sam Kravitz, the little bro of Joe Egan, earlier in the first half. Also, Monisha and the NFHS Network. We love you guys. And back to Tim McCauley, where it all started, and his boys watching at home instead of down here on Southeast Georgia. All right, back to you guys for that throw.
Carter going deep. It is complete, and he is gone. Touchdown for Southeast Bulloch. Clayton Carter with the catch. Shutout is lost in the last 3 minutes, although it's not Westminster's first teamers out there. And for Southeast Bulloch, perhaps a little bit of saving grace there. They'd been shut out in back-to-back home playoff games coming into tonight. They do get on the board there after a long 51-yard pass from Carter to Carter.
Yeah, I just think we're eyeing the backfield a little too much in the corner and free safety right there. They get beat deep. Quarterback makes a nice pass, lays it in there.
Evan Schlurf on for the extra point. Cats still in good control here. Callaway has scored to make it 24-14 at the end of the third quarter as the kick from Schlurf is good. 31-7, Cats on top. How did we get there? Opening kick, Zay Malcolm took it to begin the game, and oh no, the ball came loose and fell right into the hands of Clayton Carter. Southeast Bulloch with great field position to start the game, but look at this tackle. Rankin Willie getting to Mike Davis behind the line, setting up third and goal. Bulloch couldn't score. Rankin then goes to Hill here. Hill puts the ball on the ground. It's recovered by John Terrell Wells, and again Southeast Bulloch with good field. Defense stands tall. They go to punt, and Malcolm Strickland with the block. Nance Hill, the freshman, first career touchdown in a Wildcat varsity uniform, results in an early lead for Westminster, up 7-0. And then here's Harrison Jones. Deep ball, bad throw. The senior makes a play on it and picks up an interception to get the Cats the ball back. And how about this drive from Westminster? 82 yards they went. A lot of it coming on this pass from Rankin Woolley to Ethan Price. And Woolley finishes the job with a couple of hard runs down by the end zone. This one for 6 to the 5. And then he got in from 5 yards for a touchdown. And here's Chase Williams on the touchdown carry to really blow it up in 24-0. And the Cats throwing in another score. Keller Harper gives it to Zay Malcolm, Mighty Mouse, and he goes the whole way for 6. Cats lead 31-7 and 3 minutes to go. This will be fielded at the 15-yard line.
That's Peter York on the kick return.
Wasn't sure if that was 26 or 28.
On the tackle number 9, Tyler Collins will be first and
tackle
10
made by coach's son, Tyler Collins, Pat Collins, who has led this Bulloch program to its best regular season finish. Champions of Subdivision B in over 10 years. Hosting a playoff game, first time in 13 years, so nothing to hang your head about if you're a Yellow Jacket, but Westminster came in well prepared, and they executed phenomenally.
Yeah, just a great job by our guys, handling a long road trip, getting up big after the first half and coming in strong in the second half. It's a great job. Whole game played by the Cats. Now we got some JVPT.
The Yellow Jackets call timeout with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. We got our clock still running. Got to fix that. But Westminster, whether it be Callaway or Hart, we're getting those updates slowly but surely. At the start of the fourth quarter, it's Callaway leading 24-14, and they've got the ball on the Hart County 28. So Callaway, a talented team, number 6 in the state, looks like they're in pretty good shape. And if that score holds, Westminster will head to Callaway for the second round of the state playoffs. They've been there before. The 2011 season, Cats throttled the Cavaliers in a first-round playoff game. In 2009, Westminster went down to the second round and lost one of the most heartbreaking games we've seen for Westminster. It came down to the final play, and Quan Bray makes an incredible catch to send the Cats home early. I like that 2011 version a little better. Breaking free, here's Walker. And he's taken down up near shoulder level. And a good run by Ben Walker. Walker, of course, only a junior. You can see him get some carries next year. Nice blocking up front, by the way, by Alex Camp.
Ben's a spark plug for us. I mean, he's got tons of energy, and he loves getting the boys up. He's all riled up, get some carries, and you see him there getting some good yardage.
That'll move the chains. Cats able to whittle this down in the final 100 seconds here. Westminster will pick up another first-round victory. Cats have now advanced to the second round in back-to-back years. Little confusion there. Ward Croft gets it to Walker. Ball comes loose, and I'm not sure who fell on it. Looks like it was
number 27 on the carry. That's been
Will Miller getting down and dirty, making sure the Cats can run up this clock. Nice play there by the young man.
It's our first look of really the year at number 5, Ward Croft, sophomore quarterback. And he's a guy who has a pretty powerful arm and good vision for the game. He's a guy you're going to see a lot of time over the next couple of years at the quarterback position for the Wildcats.
Blake, he could be the starter next year.
Yeah, we got some promising QBs coming up. We don't have any dynamic runners like we have Rankin, but we got some strong arms. We see Nance Hill, number 19. He made the switch from quarterback over to wide receiver. You could see him at quarterback next year. You could see Ward Croft. You could see J.D. Falconer, who's in the game right now. You could see Will Damron. He switched from QB to H receiver for us this year. You know, he's got a good arm and he's got good vision. So we're going to see a quarterback battle next year. It's going to be exciting to see who's going to really come out on top for us. You may see a few quarterbacks start the year off, but you know, it's exciting to see. You got guys who can come and replace the great jobs that Rankin and Keller have done this entire year.
Not a lack of options at the quarterback position. This game was not close. Westminster 31, Southeast Bulloch 7. This will do it. The Cats are going to the second round for the second straight year, and they've won yet another road game in a hostile environment. Congratulations to the senior class, Blake. Congratulations to the green and white. And here is Daniel Searle with a member of the class of 2018. Damn.
There you go, Wyatt. You're talking about the seniors, but some young ones stepping up big. How about that game, that playoff action? You guys delivered, and big time on defense.
Yes, sir. We prepared all week. We prepared very well. We'd like to thank the scout team for giving us a realistic look all week.
And what was the plan? What were those angles that made all the difference tonight?
The plan was just for the DNs just to crash down and the linebackers fill outside unblocked, and they did it. They executed perfectly.
And how about you? Zero hesitation out there, getting it done.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, good luck. You're moving on to the second round. What are the expectations there? You don't know who you play just yet.
All right, we just expect to do the same thing we've done every week. To prepare and be ready for game time.
You talked about the scout team. How about the leadership of these seniors? What have you learned from them along the way?
I've learned everything from the seniors. Blake Huber, he's taught me everything I know, and without him, I don't know where I would be right now.
You know he's on the mic right now listening to you?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Points for you, Blake. Truman, awesome work. I'll let you go back with the team. Congrats. Back to you guys. We'll be back momentarily, hopefully Rankin and or Coach Romberg.
Thank you, Daniel. Unfortunately, Blake, he left us right after that interview to go celebrate with the team, but I'm sure he'll get the message. Go back and watch tomorrow morning. But did a great job filling in for Blake by Truman Jones. We talked about it. Since Blake has gone down, no Wildcat has had more tackles for loss than his very own replacement, Truman Jones. He had a couple key ones tonight in the first half, Ryan. And that offense of Southeast Bulloch, they'd scored 4 touchdowns in 6 straight games, got just 1, and it was in the final 3 minutes of the game. That had a large part to do with the defense led by Coach Jerry Romberg.
And Coach Romberg is here on the field with me. Wiley, Coach Romberg, congratulations. The defense dominating this game.
Well, we knew it was going to be a defensive game, and we challenged our defensive players all week that we were going to have to stop their running game because they've been successful all year, and it was just very important that we did that. Getting the stop in the first half after the opening kickoff was crucial for us, and I think that set the tempo for the game.
It sure is. How did you work to close up those gaps and have no holds for the runners?
Well, it's just what we worked on all week. Our defense is kind of predicated on stopping runs in C-gap where they were trying to run in their offense. So we felt pretty good about our scheme, and we just gave them a lot of different looks all night and kind of kept them off balance.
Your players knew what was going on. Blake Huber was on the mic talking about that C-gap all night in the second half. Now, we talk about the defense, but the offense delivered also. Some long passes there that were caught. Ethan Price, the special teams.
We felt like we could get the ball in the hands of the offense. I think they're going to do a prayer right here. Can we stop for a second? I think they're doing
We'll let you join them. All right, back to you guys as Coach joins the prayer.
Thanks, Daniel. Powerful moment here in South Georgia. Put that win in perspective. Coach Romberg now has 20 career playoff wins in his 24 years. 12 of those have come on the road. He's an even 500 on the road in the playoffs. And
Coach is back with us.
We're not going back to Coach.
He's joined us again. 20 career playoff wins, Coach. That's a history right there. That's a lot of good work.
Oh, just had a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches over the years. And, our standard and expectation is making the playoffs every year. And you have to make the playoffs to give yourself a chance to make a run. So we're excited about it. And our guys do a great job going on the road. They know how to handle that. And, I felt really confident, like I said, especially after that first series, that our guys came ready to play. They knew what we wanted to do. And they just played the scheme so well all night, and I can't be more proud of them.
Last year was magical. How do you put together a run like that again?
I don't know. Just keep playing like we're playing, keep practicing hard, and stay healthy, and hopefully good things will happen.
You got it, Coach. Congrats.
Thanks so much. I appreciate all that y'all do. Thank you.
All right, Coach Romberg, 20 wins here in the playoffs and looking for some more. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Daniel. 12 of those have come on the road, hostile environments, usually as the lower seed, if not always as the lower seed. And it looks like the Cats will be again the lower seed next week as Callaway leads 31-14 early in the fourth quarter, our last report from LaGrange. So we go from southeast Georgia to West Georgia. Before we hop on the bus, let's revisit this 31-7 win one last time with some highlights, beginning with an inauspicious start. Zay Malcolm fumbles the ball in the air, recovered by Carter.
But the defense stays strong after that fumble, and Rankin Woolley with an exceptional play right here, able to get Mike Davis in the backfield, and from there it was a defense that led Westminster to victory tonight, Wiley.
And now Nance Hill can't hang on to the football here. Bulloch hops on it, but again, the Cats' defense stands tall, forces the punt, and here's where it got started. Malcolm Strickland, the sophomore, blows up that punt. Nance Hill alertly picks it up, runs it in, staggering on the way in there, regained his balance just in time to celebrate with his teammates, and that was Nance Hill's first career varsity touchdown. This time, Wells goes deep. Jones is there. Harrison with the interception, the 5th of his career. And here is Rankin Woolley leading an 82-yard drive, a lot of it coming on this throw to Ethan Price, who had a couple of catches tonight after not having any the last 3 weeks. Here's Rankin on the touchdown carry into the end zone. Gave Westminster a 14-0 lead, big lead. And to start the second half, Williams makes it even bigger with a bruising run into the end zone, 24-0 at that point. Early in the third quarter, Cats in the driver's seat. And here is Zay Malcolm. Just for a little icing on top, Mighty Mouse goes 37 yards through the right side, and he's in for the score. His 5th career postseason touchdown. Zay Malcolm finishes the job. A great night for Westminster. They go on to likely face the Callaway Cavaliers, but, Ryan, they're not afraid of the road.
No, they're not, and this is a team that has been tested on the road the past couple of years. Last year winning 3 road playoff games, and this year getting another big win tonight. This team is playing at a very high level at the right time, and as you talk about, if Callaway does indeed hang on to that victory, you're at Callaway next week, and in what will be a tough game, but the Wildcats have proved that they're not afraid of anyone, and they're up for any challenge.
LaGrange, Georgia, next week. It looks like Daniel Searle's got one more interview for us down there with Rankin Woolley. Man, it feels good to actually be on the field for a playoff game and feel healthy.
How about that? Healthy and delivering.
It was a great win for everybody. I mean, like Coach Romberg said, we had to come through in all 3 phases of the ball. You know, the special teams, that block punt was huge. Run it all the way back, and the offense, we started off there a little slow, then we started hitting on all cylinders, got the pass game to open up the run, and how about that defense? Just tough brick wall all night. So
the brick wall, but let's talk about that little bump in the road early. How'd you guys overcome that drop, that fumble in the very first possession?
Well, we knew coming down here, it's a pretty hostile environment. You know, you travel 4 hours. I mean, this is what playoff football is all about. And, you know, things weren't going to go our way. We knew that all night, and it's just basically about how we came back to battle from that, and that showed it right there. The 3-and-out right there on the goal line, making them miss a field goal, taking over, and going from there. I mean, that was kind of the story all night. It's just us battling back from anything not going our way.
You talk about all aspects of the game. The offense got it done, 31 points on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us was.
And they're calling for Rankin. He's got to get in the senior photo. No, we'll let him get in there. Big playoff win. Got to get in that senior photo that'll be on the wall. So we'll let him go. That's twice they've stepped away from our interview tonight, Wiley.
Well, you know what, Daniel? We'll have to get him after the game next week.
There you go.
Great work down there on the sidelines. It's almost time for us to head back to Atlanta. But before we do that, let's talk about Rankin. We talked about him earlier in the broadcast, and he had such a big, big week. Signed with LSU Baseball. He'll be playing in the box. His head coach, Russell Wren, and his family. Mother Rena, father, and our producer, Darren. Right there to his left. Turner and Hayes, his little brothers, all out there. LSU Baseball doesn't get much bigger than that, but he's still had a couple football games left, hopefully, on his schedule. Cats win 31-7. Ryan, big win.
Yeah, it was absolutely huge, and the Wildcats really did it in all aspects of the game tonight, put together a complete game, the one that we've been looking for all year, and the train continues next week.
Cats looking to get back to the quarterfinals. They'll have to win next week. We'll be live, whether it's from Westminster or likely LaGrange, Georgia. We'll be there. WCAT, Westminster football. The Cats open the 2015 playoffs in grand style, 31-7 over Southeast Bulloch. You saw it right here on WCAT.